the 9! It's High Rollers D&D!
Stop right there, criminal
Stop
scum!
right there, criminal scum! Welcome to High Rollers Dungeons and Dragons. By the 9, he hit the dab. Welcome to High Rollers Dungeons and Dragons. Don't mind us, just talking about the greatest TikTok ever made. I am your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Holmes.
Wow.
Possible things, really.
Man, you look great today, Mark.
Thanks, Tom.
It's just so well lit in your hair.
It is.
And you're actually filling the screen.
We also have joining me Rhiannon, Trot,
Wordlessly.
and Kim.
Hi.
That's the most
Hi.
composed she's ever been at the start of a stream.
Tom and Katie.
Hello.
And in our little technical studio is our good, lovely boy Sydney.
It would be really great if we could just flip to Sidcam.
Sid
I'm crying.
Sub for Sidcam.
That's what we need in the
Sub
future.
for Sid.
Wow.
Sub for Sid.
Wow,
doesn't get any of
we
that.
were. Welcome, friends.
Wow, we.
Are you ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Well, before that, we need to hear from our sponsor, the ever lovely D&D Beyond. Chris Trot, take it away. Oh, Sid needs a minute.
So I need to establish this as well because
Okay.
I've been criticised in the past by members of this table that I'm not going to name names at.
This guy.
That
Me.
just didn't highlight just how useful D&D Beyond is as a tool, rather than just these stupid jokes all the time. So
Yeah.
what I've done is I've worked with Sid to make a presentation. In fact, I made it. He's just showing it. This is my presentation.
Are you
to
showing?
show
Are we
everybody.
showing it?
There we go.
Oh,
D&D Beyond is wonderful, and how we'd suck without it. A presentation by Chris Trott. Next
Proceed.
page, please. Please proceed. It's got a nice flip
Wow.
transition. So here's a paper character sheet analysis. D&D Beyond has a
is so
digital
cool.
dynamic... Just let me read it. D&D Beyond has digital dynamic character sheets that can be created in seconds and updated instantly. All information is neatly organized and accessible. Without it, has dire consequences as shown. So this is a table that I've created, completely accurate.
Okay.
D&D Beyond character sheet influence on general grumpiness. Okay, and as we can see, on the left-hand side, moving towards the right, we have Campaign 1, Episode 1. Really, really unhappy there. Our players' happiness is at the lowest point. We've got Humes and players as two separate bars
Yeah,
there.
that makes sense, yeah.
Which is
I'm
important.
less happy over
And then,
time.
boom, D&D Beyond sponsor comes in and our happiness just shoots through the
It
roof.
did, yeah. It made,
Right up there.
things so much better.
Present day, right at the top. So that is
It could-
clearly...
no, I mean, that's-
please move to the next slide.
It's strong. I wouldn't say my happiness is
No,
at the
it's
top.
quite clear.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's episode... Unable to make
You guys
decisions,
looked miserable. when we
constantly
started.
rubbing out, inept at math.
Constantly rubbing it.
DM
Like rubbing it on
extremely
the
sad.
character sheet.
Look how sad she looks. That's
about right.
That's with paper character
Yeah, I know. Chris Trot,
But-
don't tell me.
I'm
please move
furious.
forward.
I am furious. I gave you no permissions for this image.
After D&D Beyond sponsor, overwhelmed with joy, able to quickly
guess we'll
access
see the
all
picture in a
information.
bit.
Spells are just a touch away and math is done for you.
Yeah.
Look how happy we are.
Everyone's so
Right
happy.
there. Oh, look at that. Really happy.
Did a little flip. So happy.
It's just so improved, apart from the lighting, which is even better now.
Yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
So, rules correction with causal relation to emotes. So, the ability to quickly correct yourself while playing, thanks to the ease of D&D Beyond search functionality,
Right.
has a direct causal relation to positive emote spam in chat. And I've done the math. So we have a lot of Bible thump, a lot of tears, a lot of nat ones. We've got a smeek in there, which I don't think's related, but it's there.
It's there. It's
There's a
an
lot of
outlier.
negativity there. However, after D&D Beyond, if we could click forward,
That's got to be...
there's a natural 20. That's taken up 46%. My face was really happy. You've got a nice emote. There's some Starbane. Again, Smeek is in there, but I think that's irrelevant. Not too sure. But it's quite a clear shift in
Very shift in
positivity.
positivity. I love
Thanks
this.
to specifically...
This is some excellent
search feature.
data analysis.
Please, I've done the work. Please move on.
also
Correlation between
accurate.
encounter builder usage and DM hotness. So the inability to... There's a clear inability to quickly balance combat that leads to stress, right? And the DM's face carries a level of stress, which I think you can tell.
Yeah.
Very stressed.
But
I'm
once
very
we
stressed.
introduce the encounter builder, it instantly improves. The DM is almost instantaneously gets more attractive and hot. So I think that's a direct correlation with specifically the encounter builder on D&D
That'll
Beyond.
make you a hot DM.
So please, in summary, we have D&D Beyond radically improves your game.
Perfect.
It directly causes happiness by removing frustration, makes searching easy and generates positive emotes.
Uh-huh.
Dramatically improves DM in skill and appearance.
Wow.
So one final click, please.
Oh, that was.
Yeah. I just like that.
It's the best gift.
Please check out dndbeyond.com.
The work
For that.
put into this. Well done.
I'm not clapping it.
Yeah.
Sid, you can get rid of that gift now.
I'm
Thanks.
I'm gonna get Bex to send that to all future sponsors.
It's good for
There you go.
Thing is like having done like Katie, and you'll know this, like having actually done like data analysis for projects. That wasn't that awful. That was actually quite
Engaging.
it was quite good. Yeah, but it was like correlation and causation and
I know my shit
sentiment.
does. I know what I'm doing.
How accurate was it?
Very.
Very
okay.
accurate.
Super.
Well, thank you, Chris Trott.
You're
But
welcome.
thank you, D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
for sponsoring us.
TY,
Everyone is using it
Yeah.
with our stuff because of us. You
Shut up, Tom.
D&D Beyond.
Mark, mess
Just
roll.
like
I will take control.
taking a nose dive here.
So a couple of other quick things. As you may notice, there is a slight visual change. Thanks to Sydney and Chris Trott for coming in. We're trying to get it more. And yeah, thanks.
I thought you were literally talking about
No,
your hair.
I was talking about the cameras and the lighting.
Yeah.
So we want to try and make it a bit crisper, a bit clearer.
Yes.
We've tried a new thing out, so hopefully it comes through. Let us know if you like that.
Yeah.
Merch, we've got some new things in the works, but still go to freshmerch.highrollers.com.
Yeah. But the other stuff is still there.
Still there, buy it.
But yeah, as I mentioned previously, we're doing seasonal drops, so we're
Yes.
probably not
Coming
going to be doing until like March.
End of March, I think.
End of March.
But-
So we're doing a spring collection essentially.
Yeah, but I know at least one of these designs. No, all of these designs are amazing, but yeah, I'm really happy with them. I think like there is going to potentially be a little
one
Nova
shit.
one.
So what
There
is
is a
it
really cool
really?
Aerois one. And then we're still figuring one out, but they're going to be really good. So keep your wallets ready for that.
Yeah.
Also, buy this. Buy it. Buy
Yeah,
it.
buy that shirt. It's really cool.
I've got this one on.
I do as well, but it's under this. Useless. Hey, can I do a little bit of self-promotion?
What is that?
What is it for Chaos Twins?
Well, it can be for both. So, firstly, Chaos Twins should be this Sunday. I haven't got internet in the house
Tuesday.
yet. Tuesday.
Today is Sunday, Thomas.
Yes, it is.
It's always Sunday.
It should be on Tuesday. Hopefully, we are going to play.
Sims?
Sure, we'll play The
Are we
Sims.
playing The Sims?
So
What?
professional.
We'll play The Sims
Are we
and
doing-
we'll
or are we
make
doing
high rollers.
Pokemon?
No, we're doing Sims.
The part of the
Sims.
joy of Chaos Twins is you never know what you're going to get.
We never
Yeah.
fucking know.
You'll get
Decide
something.
in the
you?
morning.
What
The-
time on Tuesday?
8 till late.
5. 8.
8 till late.
You're very conflicted here.
Chaos Twins! Chaos!
Chaos Twin, 8 till late.
The
next bit.
second thing is, I'll do this quickly. Me, Alex, and a load of game developers in the office have started a podcast called Pitch Please, in which me and Alex pitch our shit game ideas to the developers in the office. It's really fun. The first episode is live now, so please check it out. It's called Pitch Please. Check it out on Spotify. We are trying to figure out if we can get it on other things. There you go.
Sure you will.
Let's do
There
high
you go.
rollers.
No, that sounds good. I don't think there was anything else actually to mention this week, apart from that little bits and bobs.
Nope.
So, Sydney, if you would, the Dun-Duns.
So done, please.
Commence, dun dun.
What? I don't know what that means.
Welcome back to High Rollers. Last time, our party of adventurers began their journey towards Volcanos, a hidden research facility of the exalted domain of Solvin, and the current location of the Prime Guardian, a figure that has been calling out to Sentry to come and meet them for some greater purpose. Along the way, however, a brief distraction came in the form of an old companion called Johan, a storm sorcerer of Mirskir, who arrived to find the party to inform them about some mysterious visions he had had regarding the Valley of the Storms and a growing power that has now made the entire valley inaccessible. Having spoken with Quill and finally updating him on information that should have been passed his way several months ago, Johan and Quill deduced that the Storm Chaser, their airship, as well as Ayla, would be an integral part into re-entering the Valley of Storms when they decide to pursue that particular avenue of development. However, trouble was not far behind as a group of Starbane forces working for Callus's commander Zarkira chased them with the intent to kill Johan. A battle aboard the Storm Chaser ensued, but the villains were soon seen off, with the party taking one of them prisoner, as well as scrapping one of their constructs for parts. And that is pretty much where we left off. Johan departed the party. The ship has been built to some sort of ritual or enchantment that will now enable Ayla to channel the power of the Valley of Storms into her rather than attacking the ship itself. And that is where we left off, and where we in fact begin anew. As a new dawn emerges, as the Storm Chaser sails across open waves, heading towards the Hawk's Dawn archipelago and the mountain called the Dawnbreaker, which is the current, the known name for the volcano called Volcanos from the past of Solvin. What would all of you like to do, if anything?
How long do we have?
The journey will take another 2-3 days, probably, to make with the airship. So you have time if there are things you want to do. If you just want to skip ahead, we can just skip ahead.
Can I just roll for some enchantment research for
Yes,
Project
you want-
Flock Together?
Yes, that was an Arcana check, I believe.
yes.
Sure. So you can make an Arcana check.
Do I get any?
Straight up Arcana check.
Project Flock Together,
What?
sure. All right.
Birds of a feather.
Ducks fly together.
Yeah. I like it.
Oh! It was a natural 1 plus 7 is an 8.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
+7.
it is going to take you more time. So that is a week's worth of research, or like effectively for the next kind of several days. Nova spends time researching. You try and look into various rituals around flight and levitation magic. You look into your own nature as an air ganassi, trying to find some way to achieve what you want to. But the going is quite hard. An airship is not the best place for magical research at
I'm
the best
probably
of
quite
times.
distracted as well by things that have happened
Things that have been
recently.
going on are playing on your mind. You don't make any progress, sadly, and you know that there is still this vital magical component that you're going to need, and you don't quite know what it is. You suspect it could be maybe elemental in nature, but the exact nature of it you're not sure. In the next week you can try again to continue that. So just mark down that in another week you can attempt again. Or if you have access to a wider library, you may not even need to make a roll. But just with the materials you have, you don't make any progress.
Oh, would my eye have recharged now?
So it has been...
I think there was it'd been 4 days when we left.
4.5 days.
Innicktown
It's
or
only
something.
been it's 5.5 days. You've got I think
Okay.
you've got a day left to go. So
Okay.
you'll get it back before you arrive where you want to go.
Sure.
So if you want to roll the d6 now, but just remember you don't have those charges until.
Okay. D2 plus 1 charges.
Okay.
Okay. So half of a D4, right?
Yes.
So 3 halved is 1 then?
If it's a d2, it's 1 and 2 is 1, and then 3 and 4 is 2. So 2 plus 1, you get 3
Oh, cool. I get all
charges.
3 charges back.
Yep.
Wow. Perfect. My Eye of the Storm is fully charged.
Nice.
Ayla, Lucius, or Sentry? Anything from you guys?
I feel like we should quiz this dude
You do
that
have
we
a prisoner currently.
Oh, yeah, these
currently locked in a storeroom, I guess, because you don't have a brig.
Oh, before we do that, I want to say as a point of admin, we decided at the end of the last stream that we were going to use the Gatling gun. We were going to attach it to the ship.
Yes.
But we're not going to do that yet because we've got
You don't have the
other
facilities
we don't
to
have
as well.
facilities. We've got other things, but eventually we will attach it to the ship, not to Sentry.
Okay. Okay.
She's just gonna have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just guns everywhere.
Lasers, and then the war machine,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's other things where, if you try and attach anything, not to her arms or hands, it's going to be very ineffective in that, like, it's like me sewing an arm to someone's back and being like, giving it a crossbow and saying, now shoot the target, right? You'd be like, oh, I don't know how to control it, like, whereas putting it on your arms and things like that's where the flame lance works, because it's just built into your arms. Cool. But any kind of third appendages, it's going to start getting difficult to use.
What if you had more appendages?
You would need to learn to use them, and that will take significant
The chest arm.
It would take time.
Third leg. Tripod.
So Ayla wants to interrogate, or is Ayla just saying we should interrogate? It should
Ayla's
necessarily
saying
be
we
me.
should, but also it's me, and I'm just gonna say dumb shit.
Yeah, but that's,
So
you're scary.
You're scary.
I'll be there. I'll be there to
Okay.
Okay,
look mean and stuff.
If you need me to ask any questions that it's not answering, that you really want the answer to, that's what I can do. I can do.
Okay.
Because of the
Yeah, I get it.
The-
Yeah, thanks.
eye.
I'm not that dumb. Jeez.
All right, I just.
I'm pretty dumb though, so I
Fine.
shouldn't do the interrogation.
I think I'd probably ask Quill about his eye. Sentry would ask Quill
ahead.
about his eye. So when does your eye come back? Like when?
Oh, good point. Not yet.
Not yet.
So did you have any
You
charges
literally just
left?
did
I had no
that.
charges left. It's not until I get into
Yeah, so it'll take him another day. So he's got like 24 hours before the eye recharges.
24 hours.
24 hours. So when it's ready, can I borrow you?
Yes. Yeah. What for?
I've been thinking a lot, and there's things I want to know about Solvin and how things happened. I just want to know what happened when Starbane attacked.
If you think of the question, then I can definitely give you the answer. Whatever you want to know. It's just, like Hesper told me, just make sure you ask the right question.
As long as you're okay with seeing things
Yes,
that
absolutely.
you might not want to see.
I will see whatever I need to, as long as you get the answers you want.
Oh, thank you, Quill.
Unless it's weird stuff.
It's not going to be weird stuff. I hope.
So you have 24 hours. Did you want to try and talk to the prisoner, or do you want to try and talk to the crew? Do you want to mention anything? I think that after the battle, the crew are kind of busying themselves with work. Quite a few of the more named NPCs are focused. Penny, there is kind of, at least for the first night after the battle, there is quite a lot of celebration amongst the crew. There's quite a lot of drinking, a lot of cheering for Penny and Lancian, who were arming the ballistas that shot down the enemy skiff. And generally, mood is good. You know, you've had some knockbacks, but I think having a small victory has helped, maybe not boost morale, not boost loyalty, but it's boosted morale. Certainly.
Okay.
Is Kamara off my back?
No, and in effect, it's she's not on your back. She's not giving you a hard time. She's obeying orders. She's doing her job, but there is a tension there, and you suspect it's because she knows that you've not been fully honest with her, that you've kept things hidden from her. But she's not bringing it up. She's not coming up to you and making accusations. She's like, "That's not my place. It's my job to do the work." But you get the sense that she is upset that you are keeping things that she worries may harm her people. So, but she's not going to certainly give you any direct hassle. That's not her place to do that, and it's not the way of her job and her pack to do that either. Helios is he's a bit more around because A, Mark keeps forgetting about him, but B, because he doesn't have a physical form, there's not much he can do. So he often just spends most of his time just wandering around. He has at least been chatting with people like Howard and Lancian. He finds Howard insufferable, and he finds Lancian also insufferable, but in different ways. And so he just kind of wanders around unsure. So if at any point you have anything you want to talk to him about or want him to do, you can push him to do that. Herald, this mysterious guardian figure that Sentry saved in the City of Glass, basically sticks to herself and is either very closely behind Sentry or is often just sat down in the bottom of the ship away from other people trying to avoid contact. Probably volunteers to watch the prisoner quite a lot, just because nobody else has the time to do it, and she doesn't want to be in anybody's way. So
So where is the prisoner, like, being held?
In the bottom of the ship, in a cupboard,
Right.
because you do not have a break.
Do we also have, like, a guest room or like, for all of these extra people we're adding?
You have officers' quarters. So everybody on the ship either has the big bunk, which is where all the wolf pack sleep. You have your officers' quarters, and then Lancy and Howard, all those guys have a separate quarters as well. And it's like a bunk room, so they share that room.
That's what I mean. Well, like, where's, like, I guess Harold,
Harold doesn't have anywhere.
and what about where's, like,
But Harold is also a guardian, so she just sits
yeah.
on the floor and powers down.
Okay, all right.
And Helios doesn't need to sleep because he's an energy being.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we just keep adding those sorts of people and we're good,
You're
right?
fine.
Don't need to build
But
more
yeah, you
bedrooms.
basically have. He's not in the privy. He's probably literally in a storeroom that is full of like. Probably Howard's taken out loads of like spices and bread and things like that. He's like, oh, I guess you can go in the pantry. And there's like a lock on it so that it can be locked, but there's not really any more secure means of securing him. The prisoner is tied up. So what do you guys want to do?
On a side note, really quickly, would heal minor injury fix Sentry's eye?
No, it would be greater.
Major,
means.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I think it would, heal greater would work. Because it was a destroyed eye.
Yeah.
It's a Grievous. Was it Grievous?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess, what are we doing with the prisoner?
Hitting him in the face real hard.
No, I don't think we should do that.
Why?
Because my nanny always used to say, pummeling someone's face in doesn't give the right answer. It gives them, what was it?
They just say anything to make you stop?
That's it, yes. They'll say anything. We need to be tactical.
On the other
in
hand,
mind.
I mean,
he did hurt us.
Oh, cool. You're magical and cool. Do you have that thing that woman did to us in that place where we really screwed up with the purge? Was it truth zone?
zone of truth. I mean, I was going to say, while I disagree with pummeling and getting them to say just things to make them stop, I could just make them tell the truth. And I don't have to use the eye to do it, but then they might just not answer at all. If they're compelled to tell the
Or
truth,
if
they
they're
might just stop
trained.
speaking.
They could be trained.
If they're Starbane, and they weren't Remnant, were they?
They had some technology on them.
So if they are Starbane, they're probably trained not to speak. I mean, they're probably trained to quicker get rid of themselves so they don't let loose information. But as long as they stay tied up and don't anger the wrong people in the ship, then
Very important.
they won't end up killed.
But what are we gonna do with the thing,
The person?
man?
I guess find out what we can from them. They were in the Valley of Storms for some reason. With
What are
some,
Johan said that there was people in uniforms and lots of bad things
They were after
happening.
him as well.
They were
So-
after him. So,
And they mentioned Zarkira as well.
so we could at the very least try and find out what Zarkira is up to, find out what they're doing in the Valley of Storms. The storm's getting worse in the Valley of Storms. So maybe that's because of them, maybe it's not, probably not, but whatever.
Maybe
They also had something, the
The crab
big,
thing.
yeah, that thing was absorbing lightning, and if they're doing something weird in the Valley of Storms, then
They could be trying to power up mechanical things, making their own type of guardian.
You know if someone resists the zone of truth, right?
Yes, you do. You know if someone succeeds on the saving throw.
So if it works, and there's some encouragement to make them speak, they have to speak the truth, right?
Yes, well, but I mean, they could skirt around the topic. They could cleverly.
Not if they're beaten to doing it.
If that's the path
Yes.
that we take, yes, sure. If they are trying to speak to stop the beatings from happening, and all they can do is tell the truth, then sure, eventually they'll say exactly what we want them to hear.
What noble hero.
Not that I want to, I was going to say, not that we need to go to that level, but however, we are against time here, and if we are to send Ayla and us through a storm wall, with her absorbing all the lightning, we need as much information as we can get about what's on the other side.
There's another option.
Yeah.
We could lie and say that I'm with Starbane. He said he was going to send a spy. So I could be like, hey, are you the spy? Secret sign.
He did say he was going to send a
What secret
spy,
sign?
but I think it's pure
I don't know.
chance that Johan found us.
He knew who you were, though.
Yeah, when we were fighting, he said he seemed to know who I was.
Could try that angle.
He probably has one of those doohickeys. It's like, yes,
I really want to know what it says. I hate it when you have report cards on you.
No, but
like,
definitely
the
not
teacher has your
spy.
report card, and you're like, you want to know what the teacher says about you.
Who cares?
let's just try our original method, and if that doesn't work, you don't have to be in the room. You could approach him later.
Yeah, maybe you guys try first, and I could be like nice official person and sneak in dark and be like, hey.
So what's the plan? So Quill's going to cast Zone of Truth,
I
and then
don't have
Ayla's
it-
going to punch him until
No.
he talks.
So I mean, I don't have
Only
it
if he doesn't.
prepared,
I punch him mainly.
Okay, so you can prepare it the next day, though.
but that's what I
Only
mean.
if
Do we
he
have
asks
to
for
wait
it.
another day?
Yeah,
before
well,
I
you'd have to
can-
wait 8 hours, yeah.
Well, we've had a long rest. You said.
But yeah, we're
mean,
starting as if
I
it was a new
prepared
day.
it.
Yeah, he didn't prepare it for this day.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no immediate threat, right? Like, you probably don't want to try and force yourself to rest for 8 hours, prepare a load of new spells, and then you'll struggle to sleep. You could just do it the next day.
Sure.
There's no, you know, it's open air, open ocean all around you. Or do you want to just
Or
try
we
and
could
do
do
it
the
as quickly
Nova
as possible?
approach first, and then do
Yeah,
our
I could go
approach.
in first and like.
And I can just be right outside
Whatever you
if
guys
you
want to
need
do.
to give a signal.
I mean, either way, I'm probably going to prepare Zone of Truth for this and then unprepare it for whatever I take out of it for this place. Because I've put spells for this place.
Yeah, you've got enough time. Okay. So do you want to try the Nova thing first, or are you going to wait for Quill next day?
Screw this up so bad, everybody.
What's the sign that you want to give if you want me to storm in and like punch him in the face?
I could messenger ring and just.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, we have telepathy. Yeah, sure.
Just let us know what's going on. I'll be right outside. I'll just hang out with Howard for as long as I can tolerate him talking at me.
What do I need to ask him?
You know, people keep saying that about me. They can't tolerate me. I can just shut up if you like.
Oh no, you're very lovely.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
alright.
really bad
Just like
with
people keep
talking,
telling me.
honestly, Howard.
Who says that?
That's all right. You don't have to talk.
Who says that?
Oh, that big lion man.
Oh, don't listen
Oh,
to him.
he's a
grouchy.
grump.
All right.
He doesn't
I'm a
like
grump
any of
too,
us.
though. so.
That's all right then. As long as you're all lovely, as long as you don't mind old Howard and his stories. Proceeds to tell you about some famous soup he once made.
Sentry loves the stories. Sentry is someone who loves the stories.
Gladly tell
feel like-
Sentry.
Ayla
so
not so much
intently.
the stories.
Okay.
I'm gonna just stand over here and eat some food that happens to be here.
Yeah.
You're in the petrol.
Well, before Nova goes in, I'll guidance her,
Okay.
which is like a minute.
It's a minute.
You know.
So
okay.
D4. Right. So
what
Nova,
I'm
what are you
gonna
doing?
I'm gonna wait until like I don't know 2 in the morning, like really dark and quiet. Like so,
Okay.
it's like it's so he thinks like I'm trying to sneak.
Hang on. I have to do a thing.
What is this for someone else to determine whether this is fake sneaking?
No, I have to look up something.
Oh, is Starbane gonna peep in and be like, oh hey, what you doing?
Hey, you sleeping yet? You sleep yet?
Sleeping.
Go to sleep. I got stuff to tell you.
I want to talk to you, boo.
What you thinking about? I don't know. Just think about destroying the cradle. You
Okay.
think about joining you.
Okay. So
love
two in the morning.
I love and hate you.
2 in the morning. Harold has been probably watching the door, and as you approach, kind of awkwardly looks away.
No, so I'm gonna go invisible
Okay.
and so I'll communicate my plan to everyone. So
Okay.
everyone knows the plan. So I'm gonna go invisible. Basically, I'm pretending. I'm
Yep.
pretending to
We
be
get it.
sneaking in. So invisible, open the door,
Guidance.
and then sneak
Just
in.
slap the air.
And yeah, so I'm sneaking in invisible.
Okay.
Like,
So, dead of night. Few members of the crew look out, patrolling the ship. Harold seems to be in a down-powered state as you sneak in. Key in your hand. Howard's given you. You unlock the door, creak it open, and you step inside. You see the unclothed, because you stripped his armor off,
yeah.
laying on the ground.
Is he naked?
can we say
was
that we
gonna
gave him
escape.
clothes? Like, I'm not talking to a naked dude.
I mean, I didn't say he was naked. I just said he didn't have his armor on. He was
Okay,
somewhat
well, let's say we gave him some clothes, please.
Potato sack.
lying on the ground. You see he's lying on the ground. What do you do?
Is he awake or is he?
Do you go up to him? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hey,
No response.
help.
It's dark. Like
Yeah.
you can barely see because it's so dim in here. Like you can
Can I,
just see his outline.
nudge him with my foot?
He's cold.
He's killed himself. Great.
No, you look and you can see that blood has poured out of his ears and
Oh
formed
my god.
some sort of. You don't know what's happened.
Oh,
He's,
shit.
but he's dead.
So communication ring. I'm like, bad.
Okay, wow.
Okay, I'm
2
on
in
my
the
way.
morning.
How bad?
He's dead. He's dead.
dead?
He's dead. He's dead.
But how? How?
I
is
don't
it-
know. There's blood out of his ears.
I throw the message ring.
Technically, it's still attuned to you, so even if you take it off,
It's a reaction of 2 a.m.
yeah, you're just like, nah.
Can I spare the dying him? Just
Yeah,
panically.
you try. He's probably been dead about an hour.
I'm touched. Damn it! I don't know what's going on. He's got blood ears everywhere.
I'm just going to run up and like,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Harold, like, as soon as Harold is also like appears like this looming shape. You know, she has returned to her form, but there's a moment where you just see this looming feminine
shit.
Harold form with the scythe looming over. Like, is everything all right? That's not possible. Nobody has been in here. And she like goes down and looks at him. Yeah.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I found him.
The rest of you all arrive as Nova and Harold
Well, I
are
think
like
I'd try
looking
and
over the
get
body.
the doctor as well.
Oh, yeah, you go and get Great Lana. You have to wake her
That's a
up.
good idea,
It's 2 in the
yeah.
morning. She's like, yes.
Kick open
and
the door.
And it's, you kind of kick open the door. Okay.
No, I'm going to kick open the door.
Okay. You knock. She opens the door and you can see that she's basically, you know, she's a half a woman. She's not like super muscly. She's actually quite lean. She's got like a very nice kind of like nightgown on, and it's like bleary, like her hair's all over the place. Like, Quartermaster, is everything all right?
Yes, sorry for waking you. Medical emergency. The
right.
prisoner.
Okay.
Something has happened.
All right. Give me a second. Just let me put some clothes and then I will come down.
Okay, thank you. You know where he is.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you all arrive, and then shortly after, Grey Lana appears. She just basically has like a pair of like trousers and a shirt on, basically. A small medical kit in her hand. Comes rushing in, and yeah, you see the same thing Nova did. You know, bringing in a light source, lying there. Blood has leaked out of the ears, down the nose, formed a pool behind his head.
I didn't do this. I was ready to do the thing and talk to him and
Grey Lana like kneels down and begins like basically performing an autopsy,
Yeah.
like an initial examination. Do you guys wait for her, or do you want to investigate yourselves? Or
I'll wait for her to do
I mean, I guess we can like make our own medicine checks, I suppose.
yeah,
can't
of
we?
course, yeah, you can.
True,
absolutely.
yeah.
Who else was here?
No, my medicine's
Harold is like, nobody else has been here. I've been depowered. I was watching it until I had to take some momentary rest, but I've only been asleep for 3 hours or so. I was sat in front of the door. I would have noticed.
Has anyone fed him anything? It doesn't look like he was.
Howard did. Howard gave him a small meal and some water. Grelano kind of is prodding his body like, I do not see any sign of poisons that I know of. It seems to be brain trauma, like an aneurysm or something. Something has perhaps magically caused damage to his mind.
Can I cast to detect magic?
Sure.
10 minutes.
Cast Detect Magic.
Ritual casting it, I guess.
Yeah, ritual
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah,
takes
you
10
take
minutes.
10 minutes to do it. Detect Magic. Just want to see. Duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura. Right.
And you can see the School of Magic as well.
School of Magic.
And it penetrates most barriers,
Like brains.
like brain.
Make an Arcana check for me, because this isn't. You kind of get some extra info potentially.
11.
11. There was some magical residue, but it's been over an hour now. It's mainly dissipated, so you can't really tell what it was. But definitely
But there's something.
was something. There was some magic spell or something that's affected him.
Is it just on him? There's nothing like in the door or anything like that.
Just on him.
There's some magic. There's some magic in his brain head. There's nothing else. Maybe a spell. Maybe.
Starbeam killed him.
I mean, it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the type of thing he would do. Could I make like an Arcana check based on brain magic, and just see if I potentially know of a spell?
Absolutely,
that does
you can take advantage because this is very much
you tell
in
us
Hester's
that-
wheelhouse.
That you've had dreams with him.
Yes.
You've mentioned that.
17.
17. There are most certainly spells out there that can affect the mind in this way, that can basically, what we're looking at here is psychic damage. Something has attacked his psyche to the degree that his own mind has ruptured and killed him, and then he's probably bled out. over an hour. But it would have been almost instantaneous because he was obviously injured when you captured him.
Oh, right.
He was low on health anyway, so he basically bled out from this effect. With a 17, there is quite a powerful spell that is more of a wizard's domain than a cleric's, which allows communication via dreams.
Oh no.
Okay.
Shit.
But if the caster wishes, they can instead make the message monstrous and terrifying. And if they fail a saving throw, it basically prevents them getting any rest and deals damage.
Do I know from that 17 how you're able to communicate with that person? Because like scrying you need, with scrying you need a piece of material off them or whatever.
You don't need it, it makes it easier.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was...
There is a similar effect with this spell, whereas if you have something of their person, it makes the spell easier to use. They'd probably have to be on the same plane of existence.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like this, because
That's all I'm going to give you for a
that
second.
sounds Starbane-y, but then it's also like, if Starbane can do that with the dream spell, why doesn't he just do that to all of us?
Because
Interesting.
he can't. Do you say that?
Oh, well, no, okay, so yes, there is a spell that is, and I don't mean you to panic, Nova, but it's similar, well, it's the
brilliant.
same.
I'm panicking already.
It's the same as the dream one that Starbane uses to communicate with you. He's able to manipulate it, and that's what he did to this person. He changed it so that it was damaging, that it was hurtful. It was enough to destroy his mind.
I'm going to preemptively put my hand over Nova's mouth for her inevitable screams.
So that's why I'm saying do not panic.
It's fine. It's all fine.
And I'm trying
They're
to
there.
word this delicately.
Why not, though?
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know.
So over the telepathy ring, you hear, "He's gonna kill me in my dreams!
I'm going to put the ring back on.
He's gonna blow my head up!"
She is... You're right.
Yes, but he hasn't. For some reason, he hasn't.
Greylano, who has been here this whole time,
Fine. Welcome to the club, pal.
she is just like, I am aware that you have some materials. Did you say that this is Callus, Starbane, I'm assuming you are talking about, has been communicating with Nova? There is a lot of potential dangers with that. I don't know much magic, but to be able to do that sort of thing, there's many unpleasant things that I've heard. Curses, powerful enchantments, that sort of thing.
Yes, but he must need a lot to be able to just target specific people. Like with this person...
Maybe he put something in his head.
What?
Maybe he put something in there that did the thing.
No,
Maybe it's not. Maybe it could be.
He said...
Because they all had the little feather fall, boop, boop,
Okay.
boop.
Yeah.
So maybe they have another kind of technology
Another token.
contingency plan in the noggin.
In their head.
In the noggin.
In their head.
He
Noggin
said
means
the
head.
last time we spoke, there were reasons why he could only communicate with me and you, Quill, but you were protected by Hesper.
Greylano looks at what Ayla just said and is like, begins examining his head as if searching for something, like trying to see if there's like incisions or something.
Worth looking.
Yeah.
But that's one reason not to panic. Is that if he can't communicate with me because of Hesper, then he can't communicate with anyone else. And he's communicating with you, but he's not turning it into this damaging nightmare.
He had a temper last time. He was angry at first.
I mean...
Don't look at me.
Is there any things? Any?
Oh, Greylano is like, I can't find anything. There are no incisions or implantations. I can't find anything. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
But it's if you are talking about who I believe you are talking about, then it makes sense that they perhaps may have enough medical advances that they can regenerate bone and flesh that I would not be able to. That is beyond my capabilities to find.
But then knowing Starbane, he has items from every soldier in his army that he can just pick up and destroy them when he needs, when their uses are met.
Harold probably chimes in and is like, it does sound something that his empire would do. Zarkira was especially known for brutal tactics during the war.
Well, it
It
doesn't
was
necessarily
constructed near the time, but
doesn't necessarily just have to be him. Like Zarkira could do it as well if they were part of Zarkira's forces.
yes.
I mean, do we know anything
true.
about Zarkira or her capabilities? Is dream control part of her thing?
Does it matter?
Well, no.
What we need to
just
do is
mean-
protect Nova from any potential threat to her mind.
Yeah.
Yes, we can probably figure out some kind of barrier to stop. If I'm protected, then maybe we can find something that does the same for Nova.
Sure. It's definitely possible.
Exactly.
Might require a bit of research, but easily done.
I think we should make that a priority.
Definitely.
I don't want to
So
die like
priorities-
this, people.
Well, that's the
No
priority.
one wants you to, Nova. And frankly, it's a compromise having him be able to do that to you.
If, my apologies, Nova, and I know that this is perhaps a little beyond me, but you mentioned that you've been communicating with him before. Even if he was angry, he's not done this to you yet, yes? There is clearly some, whether he is trying to lure you to his side or something like that, it sounds like at least for the time being, as long as you maintain the status quo, then you will not end up like this. But you will need to maintain this visage, this visage that you are carrying up, this double agent.
The good news is he sees worth in you. My worry is if we cut that tie, then he's going to come looking for you himself. Not through dreams, not trying to track you.
I told you what he wants, though, and I can't. We talked about this. I can't.
I know.
He's. The next time he speaks to me, he's going to ask why I haven't told him, given him intelligence. And I don't think he's a man with much patience.
I just mean that we need to be sure that cutting the tie between you and him is the right thing to do.
Quill,
Because- yes.
with your past perception, more people are starting to come down towards the pantry. Obviously, the noise having woken them and things like that.
We're going to go silent for a bit, Grey Lano. And then
Okay.
messaging.
Perhaps what's done here, go back to your rooms or go up to the captain's quarters or something. Let me deal with the body. I can tell the crew that perhaps what we believe has happened, that he has killed himself or something to avoid interrogation.
Much appreciated.
I think that is far better than, especially with recent events, Captain, any more of this callous talk circulating. So, as far as we are all concerned, clearly stop themselves from giving away any secrets.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
I suggest you all head back and I will deal with the body.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can see that, obviously, being a medic, she's not squeamish about dealing with it.
Well, yeah. I guess she was expecting saving someone's life rather than doing an autopsy. But, well. What was I saying? What was I saying, Nova?
About
Cutting the
protecting
tie.
my brain from exploding.
Yes.
If we cut the, making sure that it was the right thing to do.
Yes. Starbane is definitely using you for something, and that is keeping you safe for now. If you cut that tie, he knows that something is going on, obviously, and then that anger, he'll manifest that in, well, not by turning your dreams into nightmares.
Oh.
What?
You've got Tiangong.
But Tiangong's weak.
Yeah, but if he has some of Tiangong and you have some of Tiangong, then there's something that he wants that you have.
That's also probably.
And
how
you
he's
have a
connecting
connection to
you.
it.
Yeah.
So what you're saying? I should.
Did I do a smart?
You're saying I should dream him back and blow his brain up?
No.
Oh.
How do you do that, though? That would be funny.
You'd have to know the spell.
Yeah.
And
Well,
not
I
We
can
could
learn
sure.
spell.
be him in his dreams. That would be like pretty. He'd be mad. It'd be so good.
Yeah?
I think counter dreaming is a little way off.
I think we're underestimating Callus Starbane a little too much. We're very black and white with our assumptions, in the sense that cutting ties suggests that Callus suddenly is aware that Nova is trying to battle with her own mind of what right and wrong is. Callus is already far too aware of our dealings, what we're trying to achieve. He's not oblivious to our antics in the sky. Cutting ties is not going to be a sudden shock to him in any way.
Also, Nova panics at the best of times, so she definitely has not been keeping it a secret. No offense. I love you. No offense. You're not good under pressure. He probably knows already, so I think he's holding on for a reason.
I kept the ILS secret from you long enough. I had to tell you about it.
Touché.
Anyway, what I mean is he clearly has a mission in communicating. He clearly has a mission in communicating with Nova, a mission that he does want to complete. And if we take the initiative to cut that tie and cancel his mission, then he'll find another way to complete that mission.
Yeah.
He'll just kill us the good old-fashioned way.
The good old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
By sending assassins
Swords
or
and
bringing himself down.
I'd rather that than you having to deal with
dying in
your
my
brain
sleep.
exploding.
It does also mean that if he has this strong connection with you, then what's stopping him from just scrying? What's stopping him from just knowing where we are at all times?
What a great question, Quill.
That's what I'm saying, is he already knows more than we probably even know.
I assume he just knows everything.
So we need to find
Cal,
the
how you
thing
doing?
that is linking you. Might be Tiangong. It might not be. He apparently has some connection to me. He's able to scry on me, but I don't know how. So we need to just find a way to block that, if possible. Maybe it's a magic circle.
The key
Forever.
thing is, though, who acts first? Me or him?
I don't think we should allow him to act at all.
That's what I'm saying, though, is we could use this.
Yeah, but I don't think that we don't have a clue what we're doing. So, what do we do? How do we even...
All we're doing at the moment is playing an act and hoping that he believes
We're
us.
not, though.
Bed buddies.
Badly.
Bed buddies.
What?
Do you two share the same sleep schedule?
No, they have their own rooms. Well, sheep schedule maybe, but...
Bed buddies.
Okay, bed buddy Quill, bed buddy Nova, okay?
Right.
Every time she goes to sleep, you're there, okay?
Awake?
Sleeping as well.
Oh.
However, if she starts receiving psychic damage, we need to find a way for her to wake you up and then you to eye the storm through into it.
What if someone who doesn't really need to sleep, like Sentry...
I can watch it.
It's your ability. You could watch her die,
I don't want to watch anyone die.
but utilizing your power, you saw the line before, did you not?
Yeah. But
It's the best thing we have right now
But we don't know that she's
to prevent
dreaming
it,
about things
to
until...
interject, to get in there,
Yeah.
to stop it.
You could just slap me awake.
I'll give you a gentle
well,
pat.
not necessarily. We don't know what would happen if someone pulls you out of this thing he's trapped you in.
But we know what happens if we don't.
It's better than her staying in it.
Is it? Did we know that?
Well, it's better
very
than her staying in it and maybe dying. Like, if
But-
there's a chance
but-
we can
but
get her
being-
out.
How do we know that she's dreaming, though, unless there's a visible sign that something bad's happening?
But if her
Do you,
mind
like, flail in your dreams a lot? Do you know?
I don't know.
Someone should
if her mind
investigate.
is tethered to Starbane and we try and pull the mind back, that sounds dangerous to me.
I'm suggesting you utilize your Eye of the Storm to interject rather than pull her out.
Can it do that?
Can it? I don't know. You can do
yeah.
past, present, or future. You can find out exactly what he's doing in that moment, at least.
What did you see last time? Because you mind blitzed me last time and saw a thread.
Oh, that was detect magic. That was when I first entered.
You
your room.
you used
No,
the
you
eye
used
on.
the-
They used the eye.
But you did it post, like, you said, what is your connection to
Because
Callus?
when I went into the room, I did detect magic, and I think I saw the thread after Nova.
No, you used the eye.
when you used the
Oh
eye.
yeah. It was
When you used
yeah.
the eye.
But what did you see? Did it go back? You saw where he was, right?
Yes.
But what did you see? Like, did you see him?
Yeah.
Did you see?
This is a long time ago, man.
You saw him.
And it's
and
also,
he was...
it's fine if you don't remember, because at the moment it's 2 a.m., you were woken up suddenly. Maybe Quill doesn't remember right away. You guys haven't even finished, technically, the long rest. You guys, this is
Yeah.
in the middle of the night.
Have a think on it, Quill. If you remember what he was doing at the time, did it seem like he could conjure that ability without any technology around him, or did he need a device to do it? Have a think about it.
I will.
If that's the case, maybe you could utilize your scrying
To
find a way to
get through to him.
get through to him or find someone that could destroy it for us, like Valor.
Maybe.
Can
Maybe.
you communicate with the scry or just see through their eyes?
Just see through it.
Just-
And you don't see through their eyes. It's like you place like a sensor in the area
Right.
Watch
around the
over
person.
them.
Yeah.
Would he?
But then with sending, he can communicate with people.
But if Starbane is asleep while he's communicating through dreams, that would be the perfect time to, cast sending to Vala, I suppose. When he's not watching over her, then again, he might just do it later. I don't know. There's opportunities, there's downsides. There's also cutting the ties completely, and then we don't have to worry about it ever again until he comes down and shatters us.
Well, what about counterspell or dispel magic or anything? I know those. But can I conduct them when I'm asleep? I don't know.
You wouldn't be able to.
Are you going to
I'd
sleep
say
now?
that Quill would know that you can't dispel magic or counterspell it, but with the 17, there are definitely ways to inhibit those kind of effects, any kind of mind control effects. A magic circle.
I know if it's high level, right?
Yeah, and a magic circle would do it. Magic circle would actually hedges out stuff like dreams.
Can you cast that every night?
It lasts for. I don't have it prepared. How long does it last for?
4 hours?
I think it's like an hour. We could install, I don't know, a magic circle generator on the ship. And then that's just Nova's room, just a weird little magic sigil cage. But then...
I think the word cage didn't go down well there. No, safe. Safe zone.
Safe.
Safe from callous zone.
No, it's okay. I understand. Faraday cages are pretty cool.
It lasts an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't we continue on our journey for Sentry, deal with
We
this,
need to do some research regardless.
scoop up
Yeah.
a little piece of Tiangong on the way back from that, then find a place that has real good libraries. You like libraries?
Cool.
Real good libraries and real good people to ask these questions of about installing the magical bubble.
There is a spell that you could know now. This is why I'm telling you about it with your Arcana check.
Okay.
It's called Non-Detection. Costs 25 GP of diamond dust, but for 8 hours, the duration, you hide a target that you touch from divination magic. The target can
For
be a
8
willing
hours?
creature or a place or an object no larger than 10 feet in dimensions. The target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
What level spell is that?
Interestingly, though, Dream is an illusion spell.
Oh.
So ignore me.
It's an illusion.
Well, yeah, I think it's, yeah.
I feel a bit sick, everybody. I'm gonna lone time.
Don't want to do bed buddies then.
I just need to go, and then I stumble. I think and as you know, like I've just gone pale, like really pale blue, and I'm just leaving. I'm just going back to my bed.
This is the thing. I would ask Nova about how to deal with this, but she just
Yeah.
left.
I
I
can.
think we need to go somewhere bigger that has people that know about these kind of things.
Yeah.
If we just say, we're looking for this space on our ship that's nice and protected, we don't need to go into details.
No, we don't know.
But we need someone who can install that. So where is the next best place to go to?
Starbane.
Let's continue to Volcanos.
Are you asking me as a DM where that place is?
No, I was
Do you
asking
want to
the
make a
group.
roll? You're asking the group, okay.
I say we don't go off course because then he would be suspect that something's happening.
Either way, we need to look into ways to block it. Maybe there's something we can make for Nova to wear that just protects her from it. Maybe we try and install a magic circle thing. Maybe there's
about-
other spells.
Also, that's just useful in general. If we had an area on the ship where we could be safe from that kind of
The
stuff,
captain's
that's
quarters,
pretty
maybe-
good.
I'm resistant to magic. I could just stand over her.
And
Just
block
Catch
the...
those dreams.
Just catch it. Like a
Catch
dream,
the
yeah, like a
dreams.
dream catcher. Just
Catch the dreams. Catch the dreams.
eat them.
I wish that worked.
Me too.
What if, this is very Nova right now, but augmenting the Ethereum core that powers the ship to project magic in that way?
Those all sound like really cool ideas that you're going to need to spend time researching.
Yeah, there's stuff we've got to do Nova's safe right now. She doesn't feel it clearly, but she is.
She's not going to sleep now, you realise that?
I know.
So my next question is, what happens? Nova, do you try and sleep?
When I go to my room, can I just sit on the bed and cuddle Tiangong?
Yeah.
And can I guess I assume the Tiangong kind of hears and vaguely know. And like, can I just say to Tiangong, like, can you help me?
You sit in your room on a new bed, and there are those horrible memories of the ILS explosion because the wood is now different in places, the floor is different in places, and you
My
know
room's
that
empty as well.
it's empty. This kind of haunting emptiness, and you hold the blade kind of close, awkwardly clutching it like a child with a toy, kind of pleading this hope. Tiangong isn't strong enough to fully communicate back, but you get a sense of not yet. But with more power, maybe.
So I think after that, Nova would just sit up for as long as she can until she eventually just falls asleep.
I mean, yeah, you could just not go to sleep tonight. Like, you can go like 24 hours without really passing out.
I think just in sort of like human ergonasy terms, I would just like, I'd just try, but I would probably eventually
Still fall asleep. Okay.
Especially because we've just had a fight and everything, so it's like, yeah.
Okay.
She's not the most stamina. Don't you fucking roll those dice!
Two. Yeah, I think he's busy. What's everyone else doing?
Busy.
He's busy.
He's a busy boy
Someone else did.
tonight.
It's already killed one person.
Is your room empty?
Because it blew out, right?
But I thought like.
bringing
So it would have
all the
furniture and
furniture.
stuff.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
you
have
bought
like
the
her
furniture.
notes and her books and all her
Where's
research things.
Project Workshop going on?
Probably in the
Like engine room.
engine room, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm assuming everybody else just takes a long rest.
Pretty much, yeah.
Could do. I might sit with Harold for the night and just hang out.
Yeah, you sit, and now that there's no prison to guard, she actually spends most of her time on the top deck now that it's empty, looking out on the clouds and things like that. Do you say anything, or do you just sit with her?
I think I might just sit quietly with her, just let her know she's not alone. Just
There's not many, she doesn't say anything. You get a sense in a change in her demeanour that the company is appreciated. But there's still this just, you can feel it flowing off of her, this lingering guilt, this heart-wrenching self-loathing for what she's done. And it's only this kind of vow to help you that's kind of keeping her together. And so you coming up and sitting with her offers a moment of solace, if nothing else. But you just kind of both watch as the clouds turn dark, or already are, but the sun begins to slowly rise as you enjoy those quiet moments. Anything from anyone else? If not, you wake up the next day. Spells are prepared as you need them to be. I'm guessing you don't need Zone of Truth now.
No.
So, you wake up the next day. You have another day or so before you arrive at Volcanos. So, if Sentry, you wanted Quill to use the eye, now is the time.
What's charged now?
It is charged now. Yes. 3 charges.
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll just knock on your door.
What time is it?
What is time?
Whenever
Like
you
early?
want.
Whenever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quill.
Sentry.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you awake?
I mean, it's like 1 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
It is now.
Okay.
My day!
Hell, dude.
You said you could be whatever time I wanted it to be. I thought I'd just curve
Half a day.
That doesn't mean that you two can't go back and say, like, oh yeah, this morning I did this, if there was something super important you wanted to do. But I'm guessing there's not.
Anyway, yes, I am, yeah.
Should we do the eye thing? I mean,
Yes. Well, where do you need me to be? What do you need me to say? What's the question? What's the question for?
I want to know what happened to the royal family when Starbane attacked.
And that was in Solvin?
That was in Solvin, yeah.
Is Volcanos? I mean, Volcanos is, I guess, linked to that. I mean, I could ask it if we can see it. Then I can ask it of Volcanos to try and find out what happened.
Volcanos wasn't. I mean, the Volcanos was a separate place to like the royal palace. It wasn't the city of Solvin. Solvin was a city itself, and then Volcanos was separate to it.
Because I ask it like of things that I can see, right?
I mean, Sentry's right there.
But would it give me information based on Sentry?
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
You've not really tried it with something that you don't have a direct line of like connection to. Normally, it has to be a creature, a location, or an object. So
I guess like Sentry is massively tied to it. So
What? You've got a shield, don't you?
Yeah, I've got my shield.
remember, you can also see potentially forward and backward as well.
yeah, but that's the thing. Okay. Anyway, at least that's how I think it works. You obviously have a tie to that family. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that will give me the information I need, even though you didn't really see it yourself. It's the thread that I would need to get to the answer.
Yeah. You need an anchor point. You need something to use as a, like, you know, something that connects to the person you're asking about, or the place you're asking about, or the object you're asking about. So he could ask a question about you and like your connection to the royal family, but it would need to be framed in that way, like something related to your connection. If Sentry carries something that was given to her by one of the royal family, that could be an object. Like you could use that as a focal point, and then that could help him connect to them. But he's going to need something like that.
Okay. What about? Okay, let's forge the question first.
Okay.
What was when was the last time you saw them?
When Starbane attacked, I saw the princess, and then that was it. I just remember letting go of her and screaming, and that was it.
And then out of sight.
Out of sight. Aerois, I'm here.
Right. Okay. I mean, maybe we could use that as the point to figure out what happened after that point. After that, but maybe they kept going for long after that, and I won't be able to see beyond that. We could try. If I don't get the answer, if you frame the question correctly and I don't get an answer from it, we could just keep trying.
Well, we could keep trying.
What about the sword, Her Majesty's Rose?
I've got that, but that was Varuk's. I've got my axe and my shield. They were given to me.
I mean, I think we've got you. That's as much of a link as your axe and shield.
True.
But we could just try to ask the question.
Okay.
You want to know what happened to the royal family after you shut down?
Or during the attack. Maybe.
That might just give me what you've
Or
already
after
seen.
I left, perhaps. Maybe that would be the way of phrasing it.
It might not give the full extent of their story.
I just need a little bit. Just, all I hear is screams. All I think about is a scared girl. And I miss them. I just want to know. I just want to know beyond that. If they carried on, if they disappeared, I don't know. I just, before all this happens, in case I don't make it, in case something goes wrong, I just need to know. I need a little bit more.
Do you want to find out about the princess specifically?
Yes.
Okay. So we could ask simply what happened to the princess. What was her name?
I just called her Petal.
That's enough. If that's tied to you, then it should recognize it. We could be frank with the question. We could just ask how she went, and I would see that.
Feel free if you guys want to chip in on out of character advice as well for things to frame the question.
Oh, I didn't want to metagame.
Yeah, me too.
That's fine. I don't mind.
But the specific
Because right now
sentence you should say.
Well, no, but otherwise it's just going to be a Tom and Rhiannon conversation for like.
I don't mind.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's your thing.
I was thinking it might be good to use the axe or the shield that was given to her by the family.
Yeah, rather than
her, because they're.
There's no reason that you guys can't.
Was the axe and shield given to her from the ship family though, or
Yeah,
just
by
some
the royal
armor?
family.
The axe is ceremonial.
Okay.
It's Queen Astoria physically gave her the axe.
Okay.
What happened to the princess after She lost sight of her.
Yeah, or you let
in
go.
the Starbane attack.
After we let go, yeah.
We could go with that.
Okay.
After you let go, what became of Petal?
Yeah. And are you sure you want to do this? I mean, it's you who's saying this. It's not me. This is you. And you can say no. You can if there's something you don't want to see, then
I have made peace with the burden of knowledge. And for you, I would carry that weight 100 times over.
I do the same for you, Quill.
I just wish you could see it with me. This is just going to be a description.
Oh, it's better than the questions I've got in my head. It's better than not knowing.
Okay. In that case, I'll look at Sentry and say, what happened to Petal after Sentry let go?
Okay. Does work.
Cool.
You see, and I'm just going to read it out. I was thinking I was going to whisper some stuff to Tom, but it's just easier if I read it out loud.
I'm pretty
Well,
much like
say it out loud.
speaking as you speak to me
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I figured you would be. So, the eye of the storm clouds and mists, as it always does. And you see that flash of lightning and thunder. And then the mist begins roiling backwards as you see history and time in a flash of a moment speeds away. And you see a beautiful city, white stone and crystal glass, under attack. Ships of black crystal descend upon it. Magic fires from the sky, from the ground. The defensive towers and battalions strike back. Guardians, scores of them, hundreds, legions, clash with troopers of all different shapes and sizes and species you've not seen before, as they clash against each other across these beautiful flower fields that seem to extend for miles, just trampled underfoot. And your vision almost focuses in on these tiny details, not quite taking in the full picture. But then it rushes forward into a palace. And you see Sentry holding hands with a young girl dressed in finery, running behind a very regal-looking woman in a beautiful dress, and she has a long, elegant wand in one hand and a sword in the other. A husband at her side, clad in full eldritch armor, kind of glowing with runes and glyphs, two great gauntlets on his hands as they rush through the corridors. You see Rook, a guardian you have seen before, carrying Her Majesty's rose beside the Queen, and another guardian carrying a shield, as well as another similar sword at its side, but rushing together ahead. Okay. And then you feel everything change. You can sense Artelicus's rage and power as his spear strikes Aerois' continent, and the world itself is broken and shattered. Everything twists and turns as this ripple of power rips through the palace. And with it comes rushing waters and wind, agonizing power just ripples through. You see Sentry's hands just gripping with this young girl's as eventually they are pulled apart as a wave smashes into them. The Queen grabs the girl as Sentry is being pulled away and huddles together with the husband. And you see her in a last kind of takes one big gulp of breath as this water consumes the palace, driving it beneath the waves. The three of them kind of clutch together. She forces the air out of her mouth as she speaks a spell. Teleport. She slams the start of the wand down. A circle appears beneath the three of them, and they vanish away.
I don't follow them.
You don't follow them.
So I guess I was just word gushing while I was watching that. I guess it happens like an instant for me, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that. I couldn't follow to see where they went. They teleported somewhere, but they didn't get hit by the wave. They just didn't take you with them.
They left. They escaped.
I've just got no idea where or where they are now.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. That's better than knowing what I thought I knew. Thank you, Quill. That's.
It's not a complete answer, and I'm sorry about that, but
The one thing with the Eye of the Storm is you know that there's definitely more to that story.
yeah.
But the question you asked, that's the answer.
That's perfectly okay. That's. I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
Good. Well, anytime if we can concoct a better question, or find some way to determine where they went, or I don't know, we can just follow the trail.
Thank you, Quill. I'm going to give Quill a hug. Thank you so much.
Does it hurt? You're
on-
like
depends on
huge
century.
compared to me. I've got brittle bird bones.
I'm careful. I'm careful.
Metal bits just pinch.
Yeah.
The laser goes off.
So unless there is anything else, another day passes, and then the next morning, you begin to see in the distance. Yes?
I got an out of character question. Sure. Does anything happen to Quill every time he does that spell?
Whenever you guys see him, you literally see the eye swirl and a flash of lightning, and in like a second, he's back.
When he comes back, is there any lingering effects?
Not in the eye.
Not in the eye. Okay, good to know.
Would you?
Apparently lost my mic somehow.
Oh, your mic's turned off. Oh no.
No, it's on. Tell Sydney my mic is on.
His mic is on. Why?
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 I know now.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can't.
Sid will come in.
Might be the receiver that's dead.
He's here.
We're just gonna fix Mark's mic. We'll be very, very quick.
There's never an episode without it.
Thanks to you guys
We're
on
gonna get
Patreon, we can get new ones. So,
Yeah, we are getting
Yeah.
We are
High
planning
rollers.
on
Is it the receiver, Sid?
getting some brand new mics.
Yeah, it's lying about the battery level. It says it's full and then it went low battery.
No.
Ah.
Mine is definitely on like 2 bars.
What are you humming at?
Just had an idea about things Nova can do.
How to instantly kill a wild elf. Put them through a storm of thunder and lightning.
Let's do it!
Put them through some sort of wall of
Make them,
storms.
make them a lightning rod.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do a
Crispy.
perfect flowing cut.
It's live, Tom.
I know. I mean, I'm thinking
For the
about it for the podcast.
And
Is
I'm
it
guessing
working?
I'm back because Sid has taken it down. So I'm guessing I'm back.
Okay.
There we
cool.
go.
Sorry about
Perfect,
that. Right.
Mark.
Perfect.
So out of character question answered.
Thanks, Sid.
Thank you. Thanks for answering it without the mic. That's
The next
really
morning-
interesting.
I mean,
No, I need
I
a
think
mystery.
that they cut it after I answered the question.
Oh, what all mystery.
Basically, in summary, it literally a second goes past. You see a flash in his eye. There is no lingering effect. That's it. The next morning, you see Lookout calls your attention up on deck as you see in the distance. It looks like a thin trail of mountains leading from a few scattered islands that seem to grow more dense and become more populated the further away they get. But at the very end of this kind of trail of mountains is this enormous volcano. And it is active.
Oh.
Smoke is spewing up
This is
into
how
the
we
air.
die, guys.
The
TPK.
smoke is actually becoming. You're not quite close enough where it's becoming a problem, but Aerois is having to like keep the ship above a certain like level, and you can see that the ash is still hot.
Oh.
The airship will not be able to survive long in the area around the volcano. It can probably drop you off.
It was a hot drop.
It's a hot drop.
Hot drop.
Could we see?
Aerois is like, I can get you close to the base of the volcano, and Sentry, you having, connected with Herald and Lucius technically as well, you know that the path to this facility where the Prime is being housed there is somewhere at the base of the volcano underwater, there is a secret entrance that is marked by the Royal Crest of Solvin, and you'll be able to open it. Only a Guardian, a member of the royal family, can open it.
Okay.
So you can open it, but you need to find it, and it's underwater down there somewhere.
Right.
Aerois is like, I can drop the ship momentarily, but if we dawdle, it will affect the sails. So you will need to think of some way for you to signal me to come and pick you up as well.
Unless you want to do sending.
Messengering is probably the best way. It's most likely going to be one of those
All right.
quick.
I give
really
mine
stay
to...
away.
Okay. So unattuned from it, and then
there's a
Aerois will
limit
attune.
on how far that goes, isn't there?
It's like 5 miles.
Miles.
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
miles.
Don't go away more than 5 miles from us.
If I do, I will make sure that I come back every day to make sure that you have an opportunity to send it. But if this cloud gets worse, I might have to momentarily back away.
Okay.
What about landing?
Try and
Could you-
check in whenever you can.
But we can't always do sending.
Yes. Can you land at all? Maybe to go under the...
Yep, the ash falls, Mr. Quillick.
Yep, it does.
I can drop you off, but then I will need to try and very quickly ascend. Otherwise, I mean, I could stay down there for longer, but the longer we're down there, the higher risk that
not worth
this
it.
cloud is going to damage the sky sails.
No, it makes
It's
sense.
like embers from a fire.
And the prime's in there.
Either way, I mean, we're going to be under there. There's no reason for you to be floating around, damaging the ship anymore.
My
So,
thoughts exactly.
Okay.
Helios will put his hand, well, kind of not touch you because he can't, but he kind of is like, do you require my assistance once again? I know that this is important and you have been a fair and stalwart champion. I would be honored to assist you if I can.
Thank you, Helios. Yeah, I'll accept.
Of course.
Thank you.
He nods his head and you see the kind of shimmering swirl of energy as he forms the golden mantle around Sentry. Herald follows closely behind, like nods. She will be coming with you as well. So if you have any preparations, now is the best time to make them.
I'm going to go to the wolf pack and ask if any of them have any swimming gear.
Don't do a lot of swimming, unfortunately, Captain. No, we kind of don't like water at the best of times, really.
Has no one got anything my size? Anything like that? Howard, have you got anything?
Didn't bring my trunks, Captain. I'm sorry. Didn't expect me going on any swims. Normally, I just go in my buff anyway.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah. I mean, that
to
checks
know.
out, really, doesn't it?
I actually might have something for you. I've got the Coral Song Trident. The thing that it makes fish.
It makes fish.
I think Lucius is looking for underwear.
I mean,
Or just protection from the cold ocean.
Oh, well, you don't need to worry about that too much, Captain. This is very temperate waters around here. The volcano, the geothermic around
Oh, that's
these waters
fine then.
heats the water. And if anything, just be careful that it doesn't get too hot when you get closer to the base.
Well, I'm prepared for that.
I was just wondering if you wanted to be in charge of it. Tridents, one arm, not really my thing. I won't be able to do much using it. So if you want it,
Sure.
make some
I'm
dolphins.
just unattuned from a messengery.
Okay, sure.
So Lucius will wield the Coral Song Trident.
I guess we've got enough time for him.
Aquaman.
Got my gauntlet.
You can say.
Trying.
I will say, as Kim and not as Nova, there was a conversation I had with Mark earlier this week. There is one person in this party who would benefit from having a trident because a longsword works with disadvantage underwater. Sentry.
Ah!
Because Ayla has a swimming speed, so she can fight fine
I'm good.
underwater.
But apparently Sentry will be at disadvantage
Okay, well
underwater because of the longsword, but a trident, she can
Because it's a
achieve
piece.
a trident.
What about her axe?
Axe is the same as a
disadvantage.
I was
longsword.
too
going
big.
to say, if it wasn't, that's wild.
It's too big and too heavy. Because I was asking about attuning Tiangong to it, and then Mark pointed out that...
So if you want to make
just
some
said-
fish, dolphin, crabs, things like
That's
that,
Kim saying
that's what the
that.
trident
Yeah, that's
does.
Kim saying that, not Nova. Nova knows shit.
Amazing.
So enjoy.
Thank you.
I think you'd be best with it.
I think you're right.
The worst.
I don't min-max.
Yes!
Make sure you add it.
I mean,
Make sure you remove it.
I have. I mean,
Sure.
dude, I gave a
I
magic
think I've
person a
still got
magic
the
trident.
short sword from.
Okay. You got because you borrowed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, because you you
called?
used that the
I
last
tried
time you went
everybody,
underwater,
yeah.
didn't you?
So just unattuned.
Yeah, Coral Song Trident, it's called.
No, you can stay attuned to the Her Majesty's Rose. You can just use a short sword. It's just
Cool.
a normal short sword, I think.
Nice.
So,
Alrighty.
yeah, you can just use that.
Nice.
And I think you've got the +1 dagger.
I've got
that
a
you picked
+1
up.
dagger you can have if you want. I could give it
dagger?
to I could give it to Sentry for now.
Oh, you can still use your shield with a dagger. Like you can still use the shield.
Massive
I could give it to you if you
shield,
want it.
Yeah.
Tiny
Do you want a
dagger.
+1 dagger?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
please.
I'll unequip from mine.
Okay, +1
Have
dagger.
little holes in the shield, just like shanking.
So, unless you have anything else, the ship will literally hot drop you Halo style down into the water and then
need to test
quickly
that.
assail.
There's two things.
Yes.
Firstly, when we get, can I sneak up to Aerois and just quickly say to her, Aerois?
Yes, Nova.
If something happens to me, can you give these to the relevant people? And I just hand her a bundle of letters, and then I just run away.
Of course. She just tucks them into her shirt, straight into the bra.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's probably like a gold noise as well.
Yeah. Ching. Yeah, that's where she keeps her gold.
Yeah.
I think that's
Oh, yeah, 100%,
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
She
then,
just nods.
yeah, when we about to go, like, or jump or whatever, I'll go, okay, line up everybody. And you can tell, like, Nova's being really, like, super perky, but, like, a bit too, like,
Okay.
she's faking.
Lined up. Salute.
Okay,
Nova.
everybody ready? I got a spell for you guys.
Okay, is it
Ready?
the water breathing one?
Maybe. And boop. And I boop you with the sword with Tiangong. And I boop you with Tiangong.
Doesn't need it.
And I boop you with Tiangong.
I'm good. I got. And like breathe underwater.
Yeah, and everyone who's coming with us, basically, I cast water breathing,
I think
which
it's
means
just Quill, Lucius, and you really that need it.
no,
The
she
two
doesn't need
heralds
it.
and guardians just don't breathe.
I'm gonna boop it on me anyway because I can do the.
She can
I don't
hold
have to
her breath,
breathe,
but
I don't
she
wanna-
water breathing lets her breathe normally.
So
it's still
up
worth
to
her doing
10
it herself.
creatures. It's 24 hours, so you can breathe normally.
Okay. When the airship dips down, you can see this thick plume of just thick black ashes spewing out of this active volcano. And Quill, as you get closer, you're pretty sure you can see little creatures made of flame and magma on the lip of the crater, kind of trying to pull themselves free, like kind of trying to pour out of it, like little fire elementals and mephits and things like that. Aerois like, nope, we're not dealing with that, and kind of aims the ship down. But as it dips down, the air, like the heat in the air just vroom, shoots up. It becomes arid and dry. You kind of have to like shield your mouth and your eyes as this ash is just being blown everywhere.
I mean, the water's not boiling, is it?
What's that?
The water's not boiling.
It's not boiling, but it's going to be warm.
Yeah.
But as the ash is hitting the sky sails, you can hear like that faint sizzling sound as like this ash itself is so hot, it's damaging the wood and the sails itself.
Cool.
It dips in low. You're basically you jump off, land in very, very warm water, like a hot bath, basically. And then the ship just immediately sails up beyond into the clouds, out of reach. And that's where we're going to take the break.
Man, you know what? We should just stay here.
Yeah.
A nice hot bath.
Spa day.
Sounds great, like for those sore muscles.
Yeah.
Or musals.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome. We'll raid the volcanos in a little bit.
Well, that was a lot more of a RP heavy opening session. I was
Man.
expecting to get to this bit a lot faster, and then stuff
Classic.
happened.
He's made maps, and we're just like la 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 la.
You can always rely on us to delay your plans with some hardcore RP.
Well, let's just say I expected you to interrogate the prisoner before the nighttime.
Oh, was it a time thing?
Yeah.
We're not
shit.
smart, Mark.
Just saying, I
We're
just
not smart.
expected it. No, it's not about you being smart. I just didn't expect it. Cool. Right,
well.
you guys go take a break. I'm going to read these.
See you in a bit.
Oh, actually, I need to get the High Roller Streamlabs off as well. All right, Ola Renve. Oh, bits over 300 from Pondering Drifter, Tay Killer, Kanazaki, and then we had gift subs from Cooper Orc, and of course lots of subs, resubs, and bits under 300. Thank you, Chris Trott. Plus a level 5 hype train. Thank you very much for letting me know about that. Sid, Nightjar, I'm assuming as well. Thank you, guys. Ola Renve, this is on Yogscast. Thank you for the donation, but no message. Mia Kitty, loving the new hair mark. Going to be catching up tomorrow, but can't watch it now. So good luck tonight, all. Thank you very much, Mia Kitty, and thank you for the hair comment as well. Ren Haral. Don't look under it, Ree. Ren Haral, donating despite the fact I'm only on episode 41 of Lightfall, Reynard's first episode. I just wanted Mark to know that he's my idol, Draco hair aside. Wow, it's not blonde, it's silvery grey. The lights in here makes it look more blonde. And I was hoping you could do a shout out for my friends Gwyn and Mia, who introduced me to High Rollers. Well, there you go. Kenku Noises, thank you very much. I can't watch live this week. My sister's little babe girl is getting baptized. Thank you very much, Kenku Noises. Raging Rhino 10101. Hi Rollers, I want to say thanks for acting as a distraction from real life stress since I have mock exams next week. So thank you for always ending my week on a natural 20. Bam. Well, enjoy and I'm sure you'll do fine, Raging Rhino. Festival Mango donated. Long-time viewer, first-time donator. Thank you for getting me into D&D. Currently axe throwing with my D&D group, so I have to catch up on the VOD. I've heard that axe throwing has become like a much bigger thing recently. Ace of Thorns, many thanks for the kind words and thoughts from the whole team. You've helped me more than you know. Hugs, Ace. You're more than welcome, and I hope that I hope that you are doing okay. Bayfeather just said nice hair. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am now desperately trying to log in to check the High Rollers messages, but I hope you're well, chat. Oh look, Kim's back. You can talk to while I try and log in.
I was gonna eat a donut.
Well, you can do that too. Oh God, I need the code. I need to sort this out every week. I'll do this. We'll read the High Rollers donations at the end.
508807.
508807. Thank you.
It's fine.
It's fine.
How's
I've logged in.
everyone doing? They can't see me on the screen because.
Yeah, that's fine. Just did you even have your mic on, or you
I
do?
have it on. I'm a professional.
Professional.
Hey, me. Hi. How's
Right,
everyone
here we
doing?
go.
Did you like the first half with the thing?
Wow, you could not be more awkward.
I am Nova for reals.
Okay, so I gotta go back to on the High Rollers channel. Thank you for the donations over there as well. Honky Conky donated. It's the Grey Fox. Thank you very much. Sloth Soam. Hi, thanks for helping me get into D&D. I've had a lot of fun so far. My group is starting a new campaign. I'm not sure how long it'll take us to break our DM's brain with stupidity. I'm looking forward to it. Keep being awesome. Thank you very much. Mordok Pangborn, thank you for your donation. First time catching you guys live. Just finished marathoning the entire Aerois campaign last night. Here's hoping the players stop rolling like trash. Hopefully my internet holds out. It looks like it might not. Well, I hope it did. Wolfspark donated. Yes, happy to always be here. Hope the storm over doesn't kill my internet connection. Germany, sad face. Me too. I hope it doesn't kill our internet connection. Nightjar, happy belated birthday to Trot and a preemptive happy birthday to Mark. New cameras are looking super fancy. It's almost like not watching on 480p. Also, if anything bad happens to Howard, well, just don't let anything bad happen to Howard. Did you just squirt cream everywhere? Oh, Kimberly.
That's a gift.
Oh, it's everywhere.
What happened?
She just creamed all over herself.
Oh, she just got creamed on.
Oh. Mountain Pixie donated. This is my first time watching live, a first donation. You've helped me get through some dark times, and I just want to say thank you for all you do. You're more than welcome. Thank you. Ale Wolf, I was hoping it was a bomb pill, a butt bomb pill. They've used a different word, but I'm going to say butt bomb pill. That's why they didn't see it. The brain exploding is just as good as I guess. The terror you have given to the players not wanting to sleep is great. Thanks for streaming again, enjoying your work. And then Daft Day 41, thank you very much. Election day results here in Ireland, and I'm just here enjoying a good old lore-heavy episode of High Rollers. I'm waiting for it all to blow over. It's a good place to be. Absolutely. God, I want a donut or a Coke so bad.
What?
No, I do. Yes, but I can't.
You're good. You're a good boy. Don't break. Don't be bad boy. Be good boy.
Yeah.
I won't be a good boy. I won't be good.
Don't give in.
Yeah, well, when you're as skinny as you are, then it's fine, all right? When you've got pounds to lose, like old Tubbs DM over here.
Right, I'm dead inside.
What are you laughing at?
Just
Chuckles.
like Tubbs DM.
Tubbs DM.
A new DJ name.
Hey, so as an FYI, if you're still... Oh, Siri.
Hello.
You done? You cleaned yourself up?
We
Filth.
we are
Absolute
planning,
filth.
We are planning on getting new mics.
Yes, we are.
So you shouldn't have to worry about disconnections and things like that
Well,
soon.
welcome back,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi.
Can you get a mic on?
Hi.
There's something wrong with the coffee machine.
Yeah.
There always is. This coffee machine's always broken.
Gross.
Okay.
Anyway.
We jump back in as you have all landed in the warm tropical waters that surround the Hawksdawn Archipelago, specifically the area around a place, a mountain called the Dawnbreaker, a volcano that was once part of the exalted domain of Solvin. You have all had water breathing cast on you, or do not need to breathe underwater anyway.
Water lungs.
My next question is, what's the plan? You are currently in the open ocean. Sentry, you have a vague idea. You know where you're going. You know, you can see it visually in your mind, the path that Harold took. Harold also knows the way, and so can lead the party there. You don't have to worry about necessarily getting lost. Things like swimming is potentially going to be tiring, but with things like the water breathing on, it does become easier. I'm not going to make you do like exhaustion checks for swimming through the water and things like that.
What's vision like?
Vision around here is pretty clear. Despite the ash falling down, I guess it would be slightly grayed. It's kind of a bit cloudy from the ash kind of coming down. But these are clean waters normally, so it's not too bad. One thing you can notice, Quill, and I think you would have seen this as you were coming down, a lot of shipwrecks around this area.
Oh,
cool.
A lot of shipwrecks. And looking around in the water now, and like kind of as you, I'm assuming, begin to swim down and towards the base of the Dawnbreaker, you can see a clear shipwreck crashed into or sunken beneath the waves, now derelict at the bottom of this kind of tropical ocean near the base of the volcano.
So it's not super deep then either?
It's pretty deep, but I'm just skipping ahead a bunch of time here because I don't need to worry about, you're not in any immediate danger swimming through the open ocean.
How old are the wrecks? Are they like...
Some of them are quite old, but some of them can't be more than sort of like 10, 20 years. Most of the newer looking wrecks are small orc vessels that have, kind of like trading ships or kind of scouting wayfaring ships that have been sunk beneath the waves. But some definitely look older. Some of them look like they might have been, a couple 100 years. Some maybe even going back as old as the Sundering, but they're quite far out and spread out. As Herald and Sentry leads you down into these warm tropical waters. And eventually, you begin to see the base of Volcanos itself. And ahead, you can see a shipwreck directly in front of you. And if you would like to place your miniatures at the edge of your map.
So we're just all swimming.
You are swimming, but you notice that the one thing that you do begin to pick up on is there are very strong currents here. Geothermal currents that you can kind of almost see the schools of fish kind of, avoiding them. Anybody who spends time, I think, like Ayla, who is at least somewhat, affinity with the water, those are likely very strong pulling currents that will pull you towards them. You can see the base of Volcanos at the far edge. Herald is leading you that way.
Okay. Is there like tremors or like rumbling or that we can feel?
You can definitely feel like a general kind of like faint, gentle rumbling through the water, and you feel these waves of heat. Like the heat is coming from this mountain, this volcano, 100%.
Okay.
You can see like layers of magma and crust have formed over years along its surface.
Somewhere between jumping off the ship and now swimming. Lucius is just in underwear.
Okay, sure. Once again,
mid-jump.
Discarding. I'm assuming you still have your gauntlet on.
I've got the gauntlet and the trident.
Okay, so trident in one hand.
I'm doing this, and I'm like...
What, stabbing?
Just like the thrusting is like...
What, using it like an oar to swim?
No, I'm just like showing how easy it is to attack on hot water.
I see.
I'm probably just going to try and like push forward, I guess, just keep going.
Well,
with urgency.
Feel free to move yourselves as you wish.
But we can see these current, like the
You can see them?
pulling.
I would say that there are enough people in the group with Quill, Sentry, Lucius, in fact, and Herald that can point them out. Had you been a party of Aylas and Novas with your low perceptions...
You said that I saw them because I hadn't ability with the
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You just told me that.
If you had been
Eye of Novas.
Is your perception bad? Maybe I'm getting
missing
you
my
too.
eye.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I'll just stay on the ship then.
So yeah, but certainly with Quill and Ayla and Lucius, you can detect them, and Harold.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's communication? Is it just through messenger rings at this point?
Well, yeah. I mean, like you can breathe underwater, so you can speak because you have water breathing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But you can't really hear anybody more than sort of like 5-10 feet away. It's like
okay. Keep
like
Lucius in the center then. I guess.
so yeah, it's hard to hear if you get too far apart.
Okay.
You can see, like I said, there is clearly some sort of shipwreck. You can see it's laden with barrels, what appear to be maybe chests as well. Whatever it was carrying went down with the ship.
Man, I'll loot the room without the battle. That's perfect. And there's definitely going to be nothing in there, so...
It's definitely not a trap.
Feel free. So Sentry and Herald, it sounds like, are just moving straight ahead. They will probably... I'm assuming you want to avoid these currents?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of like begin swimming around to the sides, and yeah, like you...
Which direction are they going?
So they're actually pulling, so the currents are kind of like...
Going that way?
Yeah, so from the point towards off the thing. That may not be an accurate representation of currents, but that's what you've got to work with.
I'll let it pass.
Sure.
Being a qualified scuba diver.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll just keep going until we get to the ship, I suppose.
Are we going to the ship?
Are we going to the ship?
Sentry's going straight, like, towards the
I
volcano.
mean, we're following Sentry.
Yeah, I'm going to
but
take my
like-
lead from Sentry.
Okay. So you just all basically make your way this way. Okay. So if you want to pass me your minis, and I'm assuming you're going to avoid these currents for now.
Yeah.
So you begin.
So we're skipping the ship.
Well,
So when
I'm
you get
following what
to-
Sentry's doing.
About here.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to investigate the ship. That's fine.
I think we're all just
I'm
sort of
following
surrounding
whatever
Lucius
Sentry
as well
does.
because of the
Sure.
Yeah.
communication.
I just know we're so close. I'm just frozen
As
danger.
you get to the point where you are currently at, Quill, you see lurking in a cave, kind of half camouflaged at the base of this volcano, what can only be described as an enormous shrimp. Like huge shrimp. Its shell is of a very dark blue mingling into red. It has large eye stalks, and you're not sure if it's sleeping or if it's just kind of keeping watch, but it doesn't seem to have noticed you all so far. It has these giant claws kind of pressed up tight against its body, but they're huge with these vice-like grips.
Yeah.
And it's just basically scuttling at the very edge of the base of the volcano.
Oh man, in this hot water, it smelled delicious.
Can you smell?
No, but it would. Sentry, you might want to stop
Okay.
Herald. There's something over there, and I'll point to where it is, and I guess with my vision or with my guidance, can they see it as well?
Yeah, you can point out to them.
Okay, so careful.
Okay.
There might be more of these things, or even bigger.
Rolled a 1 on a perception check. It's just like, nah.
I am a shrimp. Okay.
So let's just keep going through. Hopefully
That's
we can
where we
avoid
need to go.
This is the base of the volcano.
it. What?
Let's go through.
One more time.
Through.
He wants us to go through.
It's like his accent has totally changed. Through what?
Why are we stopping?
Oh, because I just pointed.
There's a shrimp. I just point to like the big shrimp.
Giant shrimp.
Ooh.
Oh, I guess I said it in messengering, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, I get
Lucius
it.
doesn't currently have a message.
I see now.
I like tap Harold on the shoulder as well and just point ahead just so she knows.
Harold nods like,
Okay, if we can lure it away, then we can go through. That'd be great. That'd be perfect. Nova, maybe one of those illusion things?
No?
Illusion things?
That's the whole spell slot on a shrimp.
It's a big shrimp. Really
see
big.
like its shell, as you're kind of watching it, it kind of shifts from this red and blue, and then kind of like a yellow and green begin kind of merging at the end of its tail and at the tip of its claws. And you can see that its whole shell seems to shift in hues and colours.
Cool.
It's very pretty. It's very kind of prismatic. It's very, very colourful.
Oh, it's really pretty. Let's kill it.
Yeah.
I could summon Echo and try and just get it to chase that away somewhere.
Yeah? Use the echo?
Yeah.
If we distract it,
Harold's
then we
got
don't
an echo
have.
as well.
Poor
right?
Echo. She did.
Did.
Oh no, the echo's still with you actually, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
She's got a big glowy echo.
You could definitely sacrifice this meaningful bonded
Yeah.
creature to you to distract a big shrimp. Sure. No, yeah, you can do that.
distract
I
a
didn't
big
bring
shrimp?
the echo mini with me, so we'll just have to use a dice.
Or I could cast a moonbeam somewhere and just make it chase
Something
that.
to lure it, and then we can just go right past it. But then we don't know if there's more around there, or...
Don't know.
Well, if it's a bright light
Only seen
somewhere, they
one.
might be drawn to it. Now just go to where that is.
I don't have anything. I got a hammer, guys. I'm not throwing.
Oh,
We're fighting it.
As you are having this discussion, the shrimp kind of
Sees us.
it kind of like snaps to as you're kind of like floating and it's kind of like the shrimp as it like Lucius begins to speak, finally having rolled well on a perception check, snaps to, and you see its body shifts from this beautiful kind of prismatic and it just turns all dark red. Roll initiative.
For fuck's sake. You spend so long just like
Yeah, you just
lure it away.
you're just like, what do we do? Shrimp.
Maybe use a thing. Don't know. Shrimp.
Right, Ayla.
Over there, shrimp.
Quill.
21.
Nova.
22.
Oh my god, Lucius.
16.
Sentry.
8.
The old Century Initiative.
Century storyline.
Sentry is the pike of our group. Right, well, Nova, 22. A giant shrimp with crushing claws and a rainbow-hued shell.
I'm gonna hold action. And
It's a shipwreck right there. Go take refuge in it.
there's also dead things in it.
Well, you can't see them.
Dead
I haven't
things.
described any dead things.
I
dead things in the
sense
water.
dead people.
Sure.
Yeah, can I just hold my action so like if it attacks, I will cast chill touch on it.
Okay.
Chick
Is there a range on chill touch?
120 feet.
Okay, sure.
Then also,
like to move?
Yeah, can I move?
Remember, you are. You do have a
red.
swim speed? I don't think
Yeah,
you do.
I do.
You do?
The water breathing also has, because it's gift of the depths, that's
Right.
the invocation. So for me,
You get a swim
I
speed
get
and then
swim
can
speed.
cast water breathing.
Yeah.
Right, so you have a swim speed that these guys don't.
No.
Okay, so you can move your full movement if you want to.
so can I just move, like, I want to spread out so it's not part of the...
This way?
Yeah, no, the...
This way?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Over here.
Further away from the current.
Yeah,
Well, there is a current in between us and it, actually.
there is, yeah. But it
gonna be-
looks very big.
Yeah, but I mean, big current.
Quill.
Oh, I mean, I think I'm going to do the same. I'm going to sort of back up a bit.
It
Like
turns red.
5, 10, 15. And it's kind of like once it starts getting real nashy, I'll cast a guiding bolt on it.
So when it attacks, you're holding an action to cast Guiding Bolt.
Or at least can I hold it for before someone else attacks? At the moment someone else attacks, I want to pre-guiding bolt it.
No.
No?
The trigger happens and then your action happens. So if you want to do that, just cast Guiding Bolt now.
If someone lifts their hands up,
Nope.
okay, I guiding bolt it.
Smart.
And, okay, so that's just
first level?
First level, yeah. So plus 7, 19.
19. Yep, it does hit. It kind of strikes against its multicolored, huge shell.
6, 12, 14, 15 damage.
15.
And advantage on the next hit.
Okay, so the next creature that attacks it gets advantage. Okay, is that your go?
Yeah.
Ayla. Ayla's counting spaces. You could just swim through the stream. Come on. What?
Swim through the stream. It'll be hilarious.
I will tell you now, it's just, all you have to do is make a athletics check. So once you pass an athletics check, you're fine.
Okay, I will rage and then.
Yeah. Strength check, please. Athletics. Well, let's put yourself
Okay.
on the current stream before we see anything happen.
I have advantage.
You do have advantage because you are now raging.
Oh no, I rolled like shit.
That's why we check.
9, 10, 11. Wait, is it a saving throw?
It is, no, it's an athletics check.
Wait, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
Just pass,
Ooh.
even with that. So you feel this tug of this very hot Gulf Stream trying to, geothermal stream, trying to suck you towards its source, and you just fight against it and you manage to swim past and then out of the current itself.
I hit it.
Okay.
With advantage from
Sure.
Quill's
You
guiding
use
bolt.
the swing of the Gulf to power your hammer swing.
Yeah. And it's kind of amazing watching Ayla fight underwater.
Oh,
right?
natural
Because
20!
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
She killed it.
So what's your max damage? What's your normal damage?
D10.
So 10 plus.
7, I think.
Okay, so 17. Now roll extra d10.
Boom. 17 damage just straight away. We always open combat so strong.
Oh, and a 9.
So 26.
It's like when Aerois just blew up
So
that goblin.
you just hear this like giant crack as the hammer comes down on its outer shell, and you just hear this hiss come from the shrimp.
Great. Does my second attack have advantage because of Quill's spell still?
I believe it's just the next attack, so only the first
Even
one.
if it was a multi?
But you could reckless.
No, I'm not going to reckless. I'm just going to attack it normally.
always
15
double
plus 8.
That is going to hit.
So,
I don't have portent.
1, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
8 more points.
I'm going to choose not to do my lightning because we're in war. Wait, no, I can do my lightning because there's nobody else around me.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Do it.
Do it. I keep losing my dice. Whoa. 6.
Fail. 5 lightning damage.
Boom.
Okay.
Nice, nice, nice.
So the lightning kind of blasts against the shell, not too bad. You can see that this creature is obviously extremely tough, as it doesn't quite shrug off the blow, but it definitely just absorbs it and then just hisses in rage. And it's go. Cool. You see it retract both of its claws in tight, close to its body, and then one of them comes screaming out at Ayla.
Oh man.
An incredible.
It's a boxing
It's a
shrimp.
mantis shrimp.
Mantis shrimp.
This claw comes out at a shockingly fast rate. Whoa, that's a 2. That's a 13 to hit.
No.
Okay. It will try and strike you with the other claw.
Mantis shrimp are so cool.
That is a 19 plus 11. That's 30 to hit.
It's got a plus 11.
Yes.
Hit.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Yikers.
Damn.
So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please, as well.
Is it gonna like knock you back?
So 17 points of damage to start with. It's bludgeoning, so you half it. So that goes to
8.
8. And then dex saving throw?
11.
11. That is another. So you're struck by its first attack. This kind of claw, the first attack you dodge the side, but then its second claw comes out with such speed and electricity, it kind of hits you once, and then this force of water, like this kind of cavitation force, strikes you directly afterwards.
So what, like behind the punch there was a gush of water?
Yeah, or like a gush of force, like raw force, because it was so strong.
crap.
They vaporize, man.
21 half,
They
so another
vaporize.
10 points of bludgeoning
Seen the
damage.
pistol shrimp.
Yeah. But like they punch so fast, they create like a vortex of water. Like that just like vaporizes shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh my god.
And then Lucius, as it kind of hits Ayla with these 2 strikes, it swims around, and from its mouth, it just, and this kind of jet of water, this like burst of spear of water comes flying at you. And then readied actions will go off. And I mean, you're just doing damage, so. 16 to hit, Lucius.
Yeah.
That is, 17 points of damage. And you are pushed. 5, 10.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you go slamming into the back of the shipwreck, which you hear kind of creak, and you hear like thunk, something fall over and scrape along inside the shipwreck. Chill touch goes off.
So I need to make a spell attack. Do I get advantage from?
No.
Well, no.
It's already gone off.
Yeah, Ayla's would have gone off first.
It does
'cause
say
that
the
was
next attack roll.
Yeah, because it was on his attack you had the readied action, so.
20,
Hits.
9, 10.
10 points.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So this ghostly, spectrally claw rakes across its shell.
Kind of almost think that because it's like Tiangong.
You can flavor it however you want.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
You think-
claws so much. It would almost be like, I don't know, like a visual asteroid just comes out and crashes into the.
Smashes into
Yeah.
him. Cool. Lucius.
I scramble behind me, looking around. Is there a little hole that I can squeeze?
Oh
in?
yeah, it's like a little porthole and stuff like that. You swim inside?
Inside the ship.
Yeah. You swim inside, and
seek
it
shelter.
must be like an older vessel. And you can see that there are crates and barrels and all that kind of thing around. And there are these, there are skeletal remains, but they've long been covered in sea algae and barnacles, barely held together, scraps of leather and armor kind of keeping their bones all in one piece.
Nice.
What would you like to do?
See?
Bless thou.
And in fact, actually, you're kind of entering at the... Oh, no, okay, you're entering at the back there. You do see that there is, most of the chests seem like they've been swollen with water and like waterlogged, but there's one in this back storage area that looks like a watertight metal lockbox.
Pretty sweet. Right now there's a big shrimpy boy outside.
Yeah.
So this hole that I went through, how big is it?
It's not big.
And being
5 foot.
behind it protects me.
Yeah, you'll get cover.
So I'm going to cast spells just through this as like a cover.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a chromatic orb.
Okay.
90 feet. Think that hits.
That will hit.
I'll do that with acid
Okay.
at level fucking 2.
You're telling me a lot of things. Do I need to make a saving throw or you're attacking?
I'm doing an attack roll.
Okay. Cool.
7 plus 7 is
14.
14.
14. Not enough. It's armored carapace. The orb kind of deflects off of it as it kind of skirts to the side, and the orb of acid does streak along it, but not enough to fully impact as the acid splashes against the mountainside. Anything else?
That's me.
Okay. Herald will try and swim around, and will make an attack with her scythe, although with disadvantage, which means that is a miss. As she kind of swings the scythe in a big arc, but it's so slow through the water, the shrimp quickly moves to the side.
Dichromancy go off?
It would do, yes. How much would it have taken?
So it was only second level 6.
6. Okay.
No.
So you do strike with a tiny bit of acid against it.
6.
Sentry.
I want to move up in front of the shrimp, s'il vous plaît. Just like,
So how do you want to move? So, because right now you'd have to go
oh yeah,
10, 15, and you don't have a swim speed, so you're at
No.
half speed. So you were like here, right?
yeah.
So
Would she reach its butt if she was there?
5,
reach his butt.
10, 15. Yep, you can
Yeah.
kind of get on the other side of the stream. Yep.
Can I use speak with animals and have a little chat?
Have you got the spell up?
I have.
What does it say?
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Okay, all right. So I will tell you now, this is not a natural beast. This is a monstrosity.
I see.
So I don't want you to waste your turn
Okay.
casting speak with
Oh my
animals.
god, you wouldn't let me get away with that. You'd
Yeah, I
be like,
would.
no.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is very clearly some sort of magical mutated monster.
He is not open to discussion.
He is not
He's
open to
not
discussion.
open to discussion.
This is an
Clearly.
angry mantis shrimp, and you're in its land.
He just wants to
Okay,
hunt
okay.
you and feast on your remains.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
then I would like to schmack
But
it.
I like the idea.
I wanted to
Hey,
have
can
a
you just-
talk. Can you just calm the fuck down, please? All right, then I'll just give him the old 1-2 smackaroo, see
Mantis shrimp does not care.
Smackaroo.
1-2 smackaroo with my dagger.
Okay.
So I'll strike twice.
Okay.
So first one is 3 plus 8, that's 11.
That is a miss.
And then the second one is 17 plus 8.
That is a hit.
That is a hit, so I'll do 1d4 plus 5, and I'd also like to Divine Smite this boy
At what level?
at level 2.
So 3d8 extra damage.
3d8, please, and the d4 as well, I believe.
For the dagger, but not for you because you're not using Her Majesty's
Yeah.
rose. So
So 1, where are my d8s gone? Hey pals, 2. Look at this boy, fishing out my d8s for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go.
okay.
3d8s.
Plus
Blammo.
5.
So that's 5, 11, 12, 13, plus 1, 14. Did I count the 2?
Count again.
You've done it all.
So it's 14.
Okay, 14 points of damage.
Plus-
So the dagger kind of like stabs in.
Plus 5, so it's
Okay.
19.
19. Okay. So the dagger kind of cracks in and wedges a small hole into the side of this giant shrimp, and you can see its kind of coloration is rippling as each time you strike it. The kind of color shifts and warps and changes as it does so. Anything else?
I think that's me all done.
Okay,
Tanya,
Nova.
Yeah, let's go for a good old Eldritch Blast.
Fight the shrimp.
Fight that shrimp for me.
Yes, yes I am.
It's mantis shrimp. They're cool.
One is a 16 plus 8. 24.
Sure.
And a
hits.
20.
Yep. I will tell you now. Speed things up. It's AC 17. So if you roll and hit, say
Cool.
both hit.
Perfect.
10 and a 7, 17.
Nice.
17 points.
Sweet, sweet.
Okay, so those 2 Eldritch Blasts definitely kind of send it on the defensive now. Having been struck from multiple places, it's kind of whipping its eye stalks like individually around, seemingly very, very threatened and now leaking a kind of dull fluid from these various wounds and cracks that have been caused around its body. Anything else from Nova?
No.
Quill?
It's hissing. Is it like an alarm thing, or is it?
It's like a...
Is it really loud?
Is it annoyed?
It's not super loud.
Okay, that's fine. And its scales, where it's changing,
chitons.
It's chitons, where it's changing colors. Mm-hmm. Does it ever look like it's almost like a chameleon?
It's less camouflage. It's strange.
It's just signal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not quite sure what the purpose of it is.
In that case, I will use a. No, I won't. I will use just a sacred flame on it.
Okay. Dex save.
Dex save, yes.
Nah, 6. Oh,
No, 6.
Perfect.
I thought it was a 9 because of the way it's round, and then I was like, nope.
8 Damagios.
Okay.
And then I'll also just back up a little bit, so I'm sort of around the corner of the ship.
Okay.
So sort of same defensive line.
Ayla.
Heal him.
Sure. AC 17.
Oh, damn it. 14.
That's why you're reckless. Get reckless, son.
Get wrecked.
16, no, I missed.
Well, so you kind of
dex save.
smite against it as the hammer wages against it. 8.
4.
4 points.
Boom.
Nice.
As the hammer kind of crashes against its side, it kind of shifts around on its turn. Let's see, how many of you are? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's everybody.
Oh.
You watch, in fact, actually, I'll see if its cavitation strike recharges. It does not. Its shell begins shifting and warping in color. And its patterns become, as you're looking at it all trying to figure out where you're going to strike next, these patterns become almost hypnotic. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Oh, damn. So it's got its own luscious lights.
It
No
does
one's
seem to
enraged
be.
for that
It seems to be that its
possibility.
magical coloration is some sort of ability to lure and confuse predators. What did we get?
12.
Don't forget, anybody near Sentry does get a +2.
No, I don't think I
I
did.
don't think anyone is.
19?
Wait, what's the radius for
I
it?
think it's like 10,
10
feet
feet,
or something, yeah.
Nobody's in there.
So 19 for Lucius,
21.
21 for Nova,
4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 for Sentry, 12 for Ayla,
Hey,
19.
Katie.
19.
Do you know what it's just done? It's gone shiny.
It's used its hypnotic bioluminescence.
Bioluminescent algae.
What it's actually
Create a
called.
diversion.
To create a diversion. That was put in there specifically for you two.
Shiny.
So
It took me a
Ayla and
second.
Sentry, you are so mesmerized by these shifting colours, you are stunned until the end of your next. But that's its whole go. So we then go to, after Shrimp, Lucius, who I believe saved.
What's Harold doing?
She's been attacking. Oh, I need to make her stun save. She missed on her attack. She only gets 1 attack.
After
She
Shrimp.
stuns as well.
No, she is not stunned.
Okay. I mean, it used a turn to stun 2 of us. That's pretty neat.
Melf's acid arrow. 14.
Once again.
17, mate. You need a 17.
Necromancy?
Dichromancy.
All of your spells that need an attack roll.
I keep telling him this.
There's very few. I have.
Necromancy damage.
Same level. 7 actually, because I did it 3rd.
You tried it.
So another piece of acid
Still an
streaks
attack
out from
roll.
Lucius, striking it as like a small spear. After Lucius, we go to Harold, who does have a disadvantage. 5. She's not going to get worse than that. So just like the water is just slowing her down. She's used to fighting out in the open, not used to fighting underwater. The scythe is just too slow and cumbersome to really use down here. Sentry, you are stunned.
I am.
At the end of your turn, you are no longer stunned.
Wait.
Nova.
More blasting.
Sure.
And we just keep up.
Natural 20 on one.
Yep.
And over 17 on the other one.
Right, so the natural 20 you do first, so it's 10 plus
So
a
it's,
d10.
10 plus a d10. 17 on the first one.
Yep.
Damn.
And then the next one
And the next one is a 1.
is a 1, so 18 points total.
Still good.
Pretty good for a cantrip.
So with those blasts, you see you kind of blast off several of its smaller legs as it's kind of limping to the side, this fluid leaking.
Not
And
shiny anymore.
it doesn't look like it wants to be here anymore, and it begins to kind of turn as if to flee.
I'm done here. Let's
I mean, all
go.
this thing did was punch Ayla twice, and we're just butchering it
Quill?
at this point. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. I'll just, again, Sacred Flame. Dex
Sacred
save.
Flame? Ooh, 12.
How many times
Very
have I
slow.
killed people with this?
2d8. I just did last turn. 9 damage.
9 points of damage.
I don't want to burn any spell slots, so I'm just
Yeah, neither did I. It was a shrimp. There's 6 of us.
cantripping it.
Yeah, that's the smart way to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you smash it, the Sacred Flame, streaks through the air.
Can I-
Technically, that's radiant damage, isn't it? It's not fire damage. Yeah, I think it's radiant
yes.
damage. Yes. So this kind of dazzling kind of bolt of light flies through the air. Because if it was fire damage, obviously it's halved underwater. But yeah, it just streaks across against it. Anything else?
Can I hear anything from the ship? Or would that be an
Make a
action?
perception check.
Oh, okay. Perception. I should know what my perception is. 26?
26. You listen. You can hear Lucius.
But I'm using echolocation.
Ayla, at the end of your turn, you are no longer stunned.
Like a whale.
That's the end of your turn. Its go. Its final thing. It will try and desperately. It's being attacked by so many things. It will basically.
Fly away in the current.
It will try and. Who's hurt it the most? I think Sentry did a little bit. You hurt it quite bad at the start.
No.
But then all these shooty people.
I guess, me and Nova have done the most.
I wanna fly away.
It will. Let's see if its cavitation strike recharges. It does. So it pulls its claws in, and it's going to try and 1-2 punch Ayla again.
Of course.
That is a 23 to hit on the first one.
Ooh, shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers.
It's underwater.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Oh, okay. That makes it
That's
That'll
what
be
we are.
11 half to 5, and then dex saving throw, please.
Mm, 19.
19. You save for half damage. So that's 10, 16, 18. In fact, actually, I can do it that way. 25, half.
12.
Halved again, 6.
Oh my god.
6 points of damage.
That cavitation strike, that's a killer.
If it was hitting
going
anybody
for
else.
anyone-
With you, Squish Boo.
Yeah, I'd be killed.
So that was its.
That would disintegrate
That
me.
was just its first strike. It's then going to hit Sentry with the next one.
Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on.
That is only a 16 to hit.
Nope.
And then it will try and fire its water spear at Nova, which is a ranged attack. For a 14.
Yep.
No. Then it will basically try and run away.
Which means
Which
3
they
attacks
get,
of opportunity,
yeah,
right?
3 attacks of opportunity.
You need to stop.
It's going to try and run back to its house.
I feel bad.
I mean, you don't have to hit it, right? Like, you don't have to use your...
Ayla would do it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well.
Technically I need to see if she rolls in.
I
Herald
didn't hit
misses
it anyway.
Yeah.
Missed it.
Miss. Sentry. Opportunity attack.
I don't want to hit it.
No, you just let it go.
I'm gonna
You're
let
just
it
like,
go.
no, let's let it go.
I
And it's
feel
just
bad.
What if it brings shrimp mother
it
back?
kind of like
Oh, true.
limps.
I feel like it's worse that we've just wounded this thing
Yeah.
and let it just bleed
Gonna
out.
get murdered
They
by
can
other things
regenerate though,
now.
right? It's a crustacean. They do that
The
thing,
moment we
right?
fly away, we're just going to see an upside-down shrimp just plop to the surface.
And slow down.
Technically, it's still alive. It only really gets into the mouth of its cave, but you can just see it retreating. One eye stalk is like turned and is like looking behind. As
We're
it shuffles back in.
monsters.
I mean, he did strike first, though. To be fair.
He's angry. You're in his land.
Yeah.
So,
No, it
what's the
didn't.
plan?
I
Do you
did.
want to continue
you
hunting
did,
and killing this
actually.
thing? Technically, it's Nova's turn, or are you just going to let it be and let it hide in
That's
its
it,
cave?
like, yeah.
You're done? Okay.
We have to
Quill
go
or
that way
Ayla?
anyway. No.
I mean,
we
I
have
think
to go that way,
with my
though.
movement, like, I can't hit
I
it in
can't
this turn.
hit it either. Maybe I can. I don't
So
know.
I think it's mainly
You can let it?
Ayla's rage.
Do you want to go kill it? Go kill it.
Nah, it looks pathetic.
You just give up. You're like, fucking.
It is not an honourable kill.
Okay. In that case, it just scuttles away.
If its
out
mother
of
comes
combat.
back to kill us later, I'm gonna be
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Lucius,
Lead the way, Sentry.
you are in a ship.
Yeah, I kind of want to swim around and have a
Just gonna
little
look out the hole.
You just
Yeah,
watch the
look.
shrimp flee.
Have a little look in here.
Yeah,
A
it was
lockbox,
like the
right?
lockbox. Yeah, it's it's like a foot locker, but it's made of metal. It's air. It's watertight. You can see
How
it's.
heavy is it to lift?
Oh, it looks pretty heavy. Like trying to pick it up underwater, it's like, it's like 50, maybe even like 100 pounds.
It's got a classic lock on it.
It looks like it's just latches, actually. It doesn't look like it's got like a key lock. It's just latches. It's just airtight.
Oh, thank God. Latches. The High Roller's biggest curse is how to open a chest.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember the last campaign when Allura just ripped a safe door off because she was strength of 23 and she just went, I'm bored!
Yeah, I wanted to swim around, and I guess once I see what Lucius is doing, I sort of communicate with everyone. Like,
So you swim around the ship?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll join Lucius.
Oh, you join Lucius, do you?
What?
So you swim inside. And
Can I just get
as you begin opening the door to look into the rest of the ship, you see these like barnacle-covered bodies just gently kind of bobbing and floating around. But at the end of the ship core, with your eyesight, you see that kind of tucked into the captain's quarters, there is a ivory statuette of Zephyr, the goddess of storms and seas.
Hey, Ayla.
Huh?
Check this motherfucker out. We got a statue that you might like.
Why would I want a statue, Quill?
It's a Zephyr. Zephyr.
I don't want to carry a statue.
I mean, we've got chests. Locked chests.
Okay.
And you've got the key. It's your hammer. The hammer is your key.
Can we do this on the way out?
Do you understand how latches work? I don't know.
I thought you said it was airtight,
It's
like
latched.
Lucius
She
tried
says
to
it's
open
got
it.
latch.
Yeah, but it's airtight. It means that the contents inside haven't been ruined. It's not waterlogged.
Oh, I thought you meant like he tried to open it and it was like vacuum.
You didn't say you wanted to
Although
open
we
it.
are underwater, so you know, if it's airtight, it's probably airtight for a reason.
I want to open it when we get up.
Just as a
All
side
right,
note.
look, we've got this place has stuff in it. We have to
Okay.
remember this for when we come back. Everyone.
Sentry's going for the prime.
So Sentry and
What
Herald,
if
you
we
just
come back a
swim
different
up.
way?
Lucius, don't open the thing.
I'm not going to open it.
Well, we just remember this place for when we come back.
What happens if we come back a different way?
We'll have to try and come back this way.
Okay.
Cool, let's go then. These bodies are weird.
And just cross it off, Mark. It's done. It's never going to come back.
I know.
Never going to get it.
So you leave, and you follow Sentry and Herald as
Isn't
they.
it a lockbox?
Yeah.
It's
It's like a foot. It's like a foot.
huge.
Oh,
It's like a metal foot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like we've already got disadvantage swimming in this place anyway, like carrying a massive box with
Just
us.
open it and risk it.
Ruined.
You could, if you want to open it, you can just pop those latches, see what's inside.
Explosion. It's just a wall of fire.
I mean, what are the chances we'll come back?
The two squishiest
You open
people
it?
in the party.
Very little.
So Lucius opens it, and then there is you hear like the metal creak and bubbles pop up as maybe something like 500 gold coins just spill out into the water and begin floating everywhere.
I was trying to collect.
In fact, I think it's actually more. I think there's tons of coins. Gold and silver just goes spreading around like the crystal maze in the crystal dome.
Dark Rabbit!
Yeah, so
Grab a load and shove it.
I mean, yeah, do you would just want to spend like, you could spend like 20 minutes just like putting it in
No, I'm not going to
pouches.
do that long, but I'll
Can I use
grab
like Mage Hand and stuff? And
I mean, if you all work together,
don't
you
have
can
it.
easily scoop it up. Probably not all of it, but do you want to focus on the gold or do you want to get all the silver as well? Or do you just want to go for gold?
I mean, dude, while the 20 minutes is happening, I could like detect magic, ritual cast it, and then just screw it. We're rich now. We've got a massive ship filled with stuff, right?
If you're ritual casting into magic, you're not helping scoop up coins.
No, of course I'm not. I want to see if there's more magic stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, in that case,
I'm
I will say
greedy now.
in that time, you can get about 400, say 350 gold of the coins. A lot of it gets scattered into the currents and things like that, and maybe about 300 silver pieces between the lot of you.
Sweet.
Quill, you detect magic. There is no other magic. There's no magic in this ship.
Sorry for making you wait, Sentry.
It's okay.
Gold.
But you can scoop up some coins.
That's cool.
They're all damp now, and I'm assuming you
Shove
have
as
somewhere
much as
to
I
put
can
them.
in my pants.
Well, yeah, okay. You don't have anything to put it, but I'm assuming Nova has pockets and
He's
things
got
like
the
that.
treasury
And
sack.
Quill.
Yeah, and
Actually,
Quill.
yeah, Nova, to be honest, holds all of the money anyway.
Right.
They're really light. They float in water. It's amazing.
Whilst this has been going on, Sentry
Just
and
leaves a
Herald,
trail of
I'm
coins
assuming
falling out
you've
his
been
pants.
searching for this entranceway.
Yeah.
It does take you some time. Make an investigation check for me. Herald will also do the same.
I would try and help.
Nat
but I
20.
know nothing.
Nat
It was
20.
meant to be.
The vision you received looking through Herald's memory is being guided by Herald, although she seems to be disorientated with the water and things like that. you easily find a section of the mountainside, effectively. You almost miss the runes and the carvings that would have designated it as an entrance because they've been kind of crusted over by kind of drips of molten lava that's obviously formed and then cooled down beneath the water. But you find it and you see the etching of the symbol of Solvin. You also, with that natural 20 investigation, normally your eyesight isn't as good, but it's in this process of searching you find sticking out of the mountainside are 2 metal pipes, one of which has been overgrown with algae and sea life and coral and things like that, and then the other one seems to have been mangled and bent and kind of shut in on itself, and both seem that they no longer are doing whatever they were doing before. They've both been blocked up. But yeah, you can easily open up the door if you want to, or whatever you want to do.
Where are the rest of the guys? Are they still looting?
You swim
or are they on
back
their way
and they are scooping up coins from the water. They're like,
We spent a lot of money. So-
Nova's there like, putting it in pockets.
Oh, nice. I found the entrance.
Great.
So we're ready to go when you guys are. Hello.
Help us get some coins.
Okay, I'll just grab a little handful.
She found the entrance.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. Let's go.
We have also found some strange-looking pipes as well, but I don't know if they're relevant to the complex or not. But they don't look large enough to go through.
While I'm still detecting magic, I can have a look at them.
Okay. So you swim and make your way up to the entrance. You quill with detect magic. The entrance is definitely magical. Seemingly some sort of system that prevents people opening it. The pipes don't appear to be magical, but like I said, the one appears to be covered in some sort of like sea life and coral and algae. The other one is all broken and mangled. And
Are there
things
any
like that.
broken pipes? Like shattered pipes?
Scattered around anyway.
No, not scattered around. These look like, I guess like Nova might be, you would recognize these as maybe either intake or outtake pipes. Either they used to put something out or something used to suck in.
Poop pipes.
You don't know.
But like I can't see any magic residue on the inside of like those pipes then, okay.
And we can't fit in them.
No, they're probably no bigger than a dinner plate. You know, you wouldn't be able to really fit down them unless you were tiny.
Or a gas.
Or a gas.
Sentry,
Or an echo.
could, yes, yes, Echo.
Echo might, no, I think Echo would still be too big. They're kind of about that wide in diameter, so
How big are
Echo's
your
a
dinner
bit-
plates, Mark?
Huh?
Sorry, just
that's a small
it's very
dinner plate.
It's a
Yeah.
small dinner plate.
Well, it's a dinner plate, like radius-wise, it's not much bigger than that.
Do you want me to Google what's the radius of a dinner plate?
No.
I'm giving you a rough estimation.
So Echo wouldn't fit.
No. Echo won't, but yeah, a gas or like, if you polymorphed into a fish or something, you could probably fit down there.
Ah, damn it. Alora's away right now. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, door's magical. I mean, you obviously knew that. There's all these sigils. Do you know Herald?
yes,
you know
both
the way?
myself and Sentry can open this door when you are ready. It may be quite difficult to open from this side. I opened it from the opposite side last time. We may require significant strength, and she kind of looks at Ayla and Sentry.
Let's do it.
No,
Did you open the
it's
door?
me.
Yes.
She looks at you and is like, no, I was not looking at you, Nova. You appear to be quite physically weak.
Could have killed you though.
I do not doubt your combat prowess, but in terms of raw strength, and she kind of gestures to Ayla and Sentry, I do believe that they are the most qualified.
I'm just gonna go swim over here.
What's everybody saying?
Door's about to be open. Strong thing. You do nothing.
I'll stand back.
Good.
Okay. So yeah, you're both going to have to make athletics
Guidance.
checks for me, please.
Oh yeah, I'll guidance that.
Can I make a suggestion of that?
You can guidance one of them.
I'll guidance Sentry.
Okay. You get an extra D4.
Ayla's going to open it on
nice.
her own, so like.
No, well,
Can I
might roll,
suggest that maybe like one of the party just like get ready with like
Sure, yeah.
an action just in case
Yes.
something comes out?
I'll ready my barrier
Already an Eldritch Blast if something attacks.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
ring. I'll ready hypnotic pattern
For
for
what?
anything inside
Okay.
that comes at us.
Sure.
Guiding bolt already.
4 + 17.
As a note, I need to check this. I think if you're going to ready to cast a spell, you spend the spell slot and then you're holding the spell.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So do you want to do that?
No.
Cantrip.
Okay.
I also
Yeah.
don't.
Cantrip would be fine.
I guess I'll ready like a the cantrip that I was doing last time.
19?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay, between the two of you, Ayla, you're actually underwater. This is quite difficult to do, and you feel your muscles beginning to burn and ache as you're pulling,
Ayla's
pressing
rolling
against
like
it,
shit today.
stretching on it. You feel like you're going to have to overexert yourself, but combined with Sentry, who is at the same time pulling on the top half as well, driven by some purpose, knowing that this is connected to her in some way, just gives you just that edge to kind of get that initial edge and break the vacuum seal and pull this door free. Inside clearly leads into a corridor that water begins pouring into.
Because that's
Quick
stuck us
game.
into it?
Yeah.
I guess.
Do you would just all go in?
I mean, would that
Does
suck
it?
us into it
Would
anyway?
that-
I mean, you definitely feel a force, but I'm guessing you're not all like pressed up against it. So, yeah, do you just quickly jump in?
Jump in,
Yeah.
Let's go in.
Okay, you step in with Harold, and then as soon as you let the door shut, it begins closing, and you swim down into the side as you hear this heavy door slam shut behind you. You are plunged into pitch dark, and you feel water beginning to slowly dissipate, as it flows down a very long corridor.
I'm probably on like the last minute of my detect magic. Can I use that to see stuff?
There is no magic apart from your own magical equipment to see.
I cast dancing lights as some rudimentary.
Okay, yeah. So these what color? Like little balls of color kind of appear up in the air. Yeah. It leads. The dancing lights, Lucius's lights, reveal a long corridor made from a very well carved stone. Does look particularly used. This looks like a side corridor, or perhaps was part of a secret entrance or a secret exit, perhaps.
So is it relatively untouched? It's not like...
Yeah. Apart from the water that is now slowly receding, but seems completely untouched. The corridor just seems to lead kind of slightly angled down, but into what you know is a giant volcano beyond.
Harold, is this bringing back anything for you now?
Yes, if we follow this corridor down, it will lead into the main facility. From there, we will need to go through the foundry to reach the Prime's facility.
Okay, is there anything we can expect? Any
It
defense?
has been hundreds of years since I was last here. I'm afraid I do not know if anything has changed, but there were no defenses. It's quite inaccessible from anywhere beyond this entrance point.
Okay, I guess.
But I'm afraid that I'm not sure.
Let's just proceed with caution, I guess.
Yeah, we're following you wherever.
Okay.
You make your way down this corridor, and the longer and the further you go, and this is like hours, you're kind of taking this corridor down. You definitely begin to get the impression, and Sentry, it strikes you as maybe this was like an escape tunnel, perhaps, like if there was a facility came under attack or something. It begins getting hotter. The temperature begins rising. Your wet clothes do quickly dry in this kind of arid, dry temperature as you begin making your way. And eventually, the passageway opens up into a large facility. You can see, perhaps it's not super large. The room, you see that there appears to be some sort of like sliding stone door that's been opened and leads into a square-looking facility. Much of it has been damaged. You can see parts of the roof have caved in. There are huge kind of piles of debris and rock that have fallen through. Directly in front of you, you can see a pair of giant steel doors that almost appear to have like steam or the kind of heat manipulation where something is very hot distorts the air around it, completely surrounds these steel doors. On either side of those doors, you can see what appear to be lecterns, like these kind of stone pedestals with indentations on them. Runic symbols cover the door and these pedestals and all along the walls. To the left and right, there also appear to be corridors leading off. And you also notice that parts of the wall have broken through and magma has literally burst out and has spilled down into parts of the facility. And that's where this oppressive heat is coming from. It's incredibly hot. So you can see the giant two steel doors in front of you, and then there is a corridor leading left and right.
Okay. I mean, Sentry, are you picking up anything at all?
I don't know, am I?
I think that there is a deep sense in you. There's a connection here. Something old. Something so primal that you never would have noticed it or realized what it was. Like coming home to a place you've never been. Something oddly familiar about this place. Snatched from moments where you had to be repaired or upgrades. But there's something more. There's a presence beyond those large steel doors. It's like being near a god. It's the best way to describe it. A sense of eminence and hierarchy, profoundness that you can't quite explain. The herald points to the doors. The prime facility is located beyond the foundry, which those doors lead to. But this facility, the power is not functioning as it was when I was last here.
Okay. Do you know how it was powered?
I was not a Magitech engineer. I believe the generator is that way, and she points to the corridor on the right, on the left. Sorry, your left. The generator is down there, but I'm not familiar with its operation. There are various facilities and labs down this corridor, and she points to the corridor on the right.
Does the technology that's there, does it look similar to the stuff in the midwife's forge?
It would do, yes. Yeah, it would look similar.
Okay.
Not entirely the same, but similar. It doesn't look like Starbane tech, for certain.
Yeah.
This looks like like ancient Aerois, or old Aerois. Solvin was the kind of capital of technological advancements and magical advancements. Velena's forge was, the midwife's forge was created by the goddess Velena. But you can see similarities here.
Yeah.
I'd say that most of the stuff you see here, the lectern, the runes, the way that the room is simply shaped reminds you of Guardians, of the Guardians you've seen in a Sentry. You know, the crystals seem to be made of the same material as Sentry's eyes and matrix. You see the same kind of metal and the same sort of engravings and platings that cover her body.
There's also like stone fused with plant, and is there like a lot of plant?
Not here, or if there was, it maybe has long died from the heat, but you don't see any remains really.
Okay.
But then Sentry's always been kind of a very different type of Guardian in that way. She's been more naturally focused.
Yeah.
Many of the other Guardians haven't had the same natural elements that Sentry
Oh yeah,
has.
true. Okay, well, those doors, they'll open, right? No power.
Well, I think the prime's through there. I can feel it.
He is. The Prime is beyond these doors, through the foundry.
The doors look really hot, though. I don't want to touch the doors.
Yes, normally they do open on their own when the keystones are inserted, but I'm not detecting any magical power, and she points to the door.
So we need to find the keystone.
Can I read any?
And probably restore power to the generator, unless you wish to open the doors manually.
Can I read any of the runes?
They're not really language. The runes here are kind of command runes or like runes that help channel magical energy. They're really just used as almost like cabling, where they direct the flow of magical energy into certain things. You can see that the two lecterns definitely connect to the doorway, but the hinges of the door that would probably allow it to open without you having to touch it seem to be deeper, like lead deeper into the facility somewhere.
I guess repairing the generator is probably most important.
That would certainly help.
That sounds like a you thing.
It would also restore lighting if any is still functional.
Which would always help.
Because right now you only have Lucius's lights, and then these pools of magma give off this fiery red glow that fills the room. You occasionally hear like a boop as a part like kind of pulses from and falls into a pool. Hideous kind of sizzling and the smell of sulfur and noxious material.
Okay, I guess we look towards the generator room.
Okay. Harold can lead you there. She leads you to your left, as she takes you down another short corridor that ends on a metal gangway that encircles a cylindrical room that goes up and down. And you're on a metal gangway that sits in the middle. This room is even hotter, and if you guys spending time here will quickly become exhausting unless your constitution can help you. You're going to have to make saving throws the longer you stay here.
Can I cast Armor of Agathis on myself, which is basically a protective magical spectral frost that covers me and can cool me down?
I will say yes, you can absolutely conjure the Armor of Agathis. How much would it cool you?
Like, a lot, and I'd be perfect.
It would, but I would also say it would also melt away if it's frost.
Spectral magical force.
But in the raw rules, cold resistance doesn't, or cold armor doesn't help you against extreme heat. So I will say it will, but not for long. What's the duration on Armor of Agathis? An hour. Okay, sure. It will last an hour. While you have the armor, it will keep you cool enough that you won't need to make those saving throws.
Stand around me if you want to cool down.
It will not help anyone except you.
Shit.
So the room is not only very hot, you see in the middle of this cylinder room, there is 2 glass tubes that extend from ceiling to a metal sphere built into the floor. One of those metal tubes is full of magma and lava, and it seems to channel the lava down into this metal sphere at the base of the cylinder. The other tube is empty. As you look around the room, you can see that there are 5 smaller pipes that feed into the metal sphere, but from different parts of the room. One of them appears to be pumping water into the sphere. The other 4 are empty or not functioning.
So I wonder, looking around and given where we are, it would probably make sense to me to feed power to this laboratory from the volcano itself.
As another thing, there is on the opposite side of the gangway, you can see what appears to be a metal door, but there is no handle. There doesn't appear to be a way of opening it.
Okay, so is this the generator then?
This is the generator.
Okay, so Nova, I guess, I mean, you're going to have to spend a lot of time here, but I do have a potion of fire resistance.
Okay.
I guess, like heat is fire, right?
I mean, if you have fire resistance, you are not affected by extreme temperature.
So if you need to spend a lot of time in here, then you can have that, and then look around, try and figure out how to fix it.
Okay, I mean, I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best, given...
You'll do better than us.
Yeah.
Unless Sentry can remember anything about this.
I mean...
You can make an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Just straight intelligence.
Or
Arcana if you're trained in it. Fucking 18.
Arcana's -1.
you made these
Okay.
pipes.
Intelligence,
17.
17.
Damn.
You're not an engineer. You never were. You never really understood a lot of the technology. But there was you remember, because this was kind of the central part that helped give power to Solvin. You remember it's something to do with the lava of the volcano, of volcanos, cooling it down to create... You're not quite sure. There was something about cooling it down. Like, they would often have sort of checks and maintenance crews here that would do something to cool it, and that would somehow create power.
Okay.
Being from your background, I can't really give you more than that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, it's definitely something to do with the pipes. These pipes should be full of things.
water?
One of them has water in.
Does it need more water?
I need to go and check closer, but there
See if there's any
definitely
residue on the insides.
I mean, it would have evaporated in the heat, if there was any residue.
If it was a liquid, yes.
It sounds like you two know best here. It's Magitech.
Although I guess maybe salt would be left if it was seawater. Can I guess...
You make an
Will?
investigation
Can
check.
Yep, you can take the
So if
potion.
I glug potion...
You want to drink it now?
Well, can I do it when I first start feeling like maybe...
Yeah, you've got probably like 30 minutes before it's going to start overwhelming
Yeah,
you.
so
And
I guess,
even
yeah.
then, you're just going to be making saving throws. So.
It's an hour it lasts, the potion of fire resistance.
Okay.
So you got an hour and a half.
Okay. Well, yeah, can I glug it when I start feeling weird? Yeah, and I guess, can I look at... so there was 2 cylinders in the middle going into a...
2 cylinders middle, going floor to ceiling, or like going from floor to the metal sphere in the middle. This large metal sphere that dominates the kind of lower ground. and then there are 5 pipes around the edges of the cylinder feeding into that metal sphere. One of those metal pipes has water going into it.
So
It's going, pumping through it into the metal sphere.
And the vertical ones are
Magma going down and then empty.
going up.
one thing
It's empty, you don't know whether it adds more or sends something up, you don't know.
One thing I would guess is if you put lava with water, is it would make steam. So maybe this facility is steam powered. Hello.
There was pipes outside that were blocked up.
Yeah. And I'm
that be
looking.
something?
Yeah, and I'm looking here.
I hate when Ayla's smart.
Yeah, clearly.
always-
Did I do it good?
It's always
Clearly
correct.
Clearly, there is a problem with the flow of this place. These pipes should have things in them. There should be, yeah. So,
I mean,
Well.
how do we unblock the
Cool.
pipes? What were they blocked with?
One of them was all melded into itself, and one of them had all coral and stuff on it.
so we need some people to go back outside and do some maintenance.
Some really strong people, I think, that can unblock a caved-in pipe and clear out barnacles.
Either myself or Sentry will need to go with them to grant them more entrance. Also, as you saw, the door is quite difficult to open from the underwater side.
Yeah.
It is possible, but I'm just saying that myself or Sentry will need to go with them to activate the sigil.
Is there anything I can read? Is there anything, any...
There are gauges, so there are gauges kind of all around that clearly indicate high heat. One of them seems to be some sort of temperature gauge and is high in the heat. The other one just seems to monitor some sort of output, you think. It just says output in language, and it's 0. It just doesn't show anything.
And can I see, having a cursory inspection of the pipes, can I see any blockages or any broken pipes?
Not in these sections that you can, but you definitely, I would say Nova would recognize that, on the inside there's definitely some residue of salt that's built up where seawater is evaporated.
So there was 2 pipes outside, right? One's working.
And it was
so-
input-output pipes, so yeah.
Nova, I'm going to say, you definitely think you're on the right track, that this is some sort of steam engine, and that you need to cool the magma which is housed in the metal sphere so that it sends steam up and then basically drives some sort of power system.
Well, okay, we could test this. So I do think it is steam-related. We could just try and cool, if anyone has anything that could cool the magma and see what happens.
It's not that there's a pool of lava, it's a metal sphere in the ground that the magma is being pumped into.
Maybe if
It's
Lucius,
all
can you?
completely insulated, is what you're saying. Pipes.
No, that you can't get to the magma. It's in a big metal sphere, and the glass seems to be magically resistant.
If we chill the sphere, maybe because it's metal. Metal conducts. It wouldn't give a continuous burst of energy, but it would test my theory that this is what needs to happen.
No, yes, I will. 1 second. So you want me to cast acid?
No.
All right, I'll do a Snilox snowball swarm around the sphere.
Okay. Assume it fails. Just roll damage, as if you were rolling damage against a creature.
Damage.
3d6 cold on a failed save.
I'm going to stand away from the sphere.
Yeah.
Stand back, everybody!
Going away.
It's going to be a lot of snow.
You're all currently on a gangway, which is above, and Lucius is pointing the snowball
AoE.
swarm down.
No, dude, I'm at the entrance.
Yeah, can you angle it so it's just
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
It's a
How
sphere
big-
of 90
how-
foot, so
90 foot?
everyone
No.
Well, I'm not going
Sphere
to.
of 90 foot.
It's a 90 foot range. Sorry, 5
Oh
foot
my
sphere.
god.
5 foot.
5 foot sphere.
Jesus.
It's fine.
It's not.
I don't think Lucius would consciously cover everyone in this
Just
shit.
roll. I know. I would not make you do that.
13.
13.
Onward. That's a fail.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming.
I'm a
so
dichromancy.
you begin channeling. Do you want to put the dichromancy onto the sphere as well?
Cold. You can do
Yeah.
cold.
Just,
How much?
can I do it onto the same thing?
Sure. Yeah. So what would that add?
7.
7. So that would bring it up to 20. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh no, you
No.
can cause it to.
You watch as Lucius begins channeling this icy energy, and you watch as it begins building up frost on a point of the side of the sphere. And Nova, you begin watching, and at first he's concentrating just on the spell, and you can see the heat is changing barely anything. It's moving but not enough, and the output quite isn't high enough. And then from the blue eye, you see Lucius pull a piece of blue clothing from your tunic, and then he throws that in, and as that ice hits, the output flicks up by probably just a couple more inches just to hit a particular notch in the gauge, and you see lights beginning to... The door on the other side of the gangway slides open, kind of tilts to the side and opens, leads into some sort of small office, you think. And you hear a sound begin to emanate.
I can't hold this very long.
After 6 seconds, you see the output begins dropping and the temperature rises again.
So it hasn't gone enough
Yes.
over that
Well,
we've got time.
there you go. It's steam. So we either need to have a constant magical output on that, although I do want to check how fragile that metal is with the cold, but we unblock and fix the pipes and then bring the water in, which then cools the and then.
Somebody will we will need to activate the door whilst, if we did want to use the spell effect, it would need to be activated simultaneously, I imagine, so that the door can open.
Well, we just need to time it.
Yes.
Do you want me to do that again?
If you can.
Well, we'll find out what you're going to do next time, because we're going to end there.
Nice.
Because we've got to do experience points.
We're also
we
not
do.
here next week.
We're not here next week.
We are not.
We're not here next week.
So
we might be doing something. We don't know what we're going to do.
But we are going to resolve.
We're not going to be high
volcanos,
rollers. Yes.
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So figure out. We need to remember this generator.
And the ship has some more loot in it now.
It does. We need to go back. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll
Right.
do that next time.
Shall I just go through the checklist?
Yeah.
Sure. Right. Well, everybody gains 800 experience each.
I'm going to wait until the very end.
Yeah, I've got to do maths.
So we are currently
We're gonna ding.
Might not.
So 800 each.
some way.
Then you get 1,000 each for Mantis.
Oh, hang on.
1,800.
Oh,
I would not say anybody achieved a short-term character goal this session.
no.
Let's see, and then you tell me if any
would
of these
sentries,
conditions are met.
I found out about the memory.
I would not count that as a short-term goal, but that will come into something in a bit.
Okay.
Short-term goal is going to be things like find a new piece of Tiangong, meet the Prime, that kind of stuff,
Project
right?
Flock together.
Did a character attune to a new magic item?
Well, I guess it's
Trident.
Coral
just
trident.
the trident.
It's not a new magic item.
It's new to me.
Not new. Do you feel like any character invoked a bond, ideal, or flaw in a
My
meaningful
brain's
way?
gonna explode.
I think that counts.
My bond is Sentry. I think it's actually written on my original character sheet that Sentry is my bond.
Okay, so you feel that you
I
helping
feel like
Sentry
you
help
had a
with
nice
that?
moment
Yeah.
today.
Sure.
It was very adorable.
Well, that could potentially be. Because the next one is a character developed a new or existing relationship in a meaningful way.
yeah.
NPC or PC.
I would say
think that leans more towards that, so I will give you that. That's another 200.
I discovered that my bond with
2,000.
Starbane could lead to my head exploding.
Well, a character discovered a piece of interesting, useful, and/or secret lore about the world or an NPC. I think the solving stuff about solving, but then also finding out that Callus can melt your brain through dreams. Counts for that.
Tridents are very good underwater. I learned that today.
You did learn that. Well done. Good job, Lucius.
5 XP.
A character used a skill or spell to solve a problem in an interesting or meaningful way.
Snowlock,
I think that
Swarm.
absolutely that was something that I thought of, but I didn't know if you guys would pick up on. So that was definitely a smart way of doing that. So there you go. Well done.
Well done. Well done, Chris.
Spell attacks? No.
A character failed a significant roll that resulted in wasted resources, a negative relationship with an NPC, an injury, or another major drawback. I don't think that
I
actually
didn't
came up
check on the
today.
assassin fast enough and he died.
It's not really a failed roll, though.
Timekeeping.
It's not failed roll, though. But that led to secret information about your brain
yeah.
being melted. A character took actions that made an impact in the world or local area for better or worse. I don't think you guys hit that one either.
We
Opened
didn't
it.
kill the shrimp.
That's
Opened a
it. You
foot
didn't.
longer.
You didn't kill the shrimp.
Just wait
Do
until
you,
brings
do you
the
want to
family
press
out.
the didn't kill the shrimp counts?
So we've saved like the little shrimp ecosystem.
What and what do you all feel? Do you feel that is a genuinely honest way of gaining extra experience points?
Look.
Seeing a no from KE,
Man.
seeing a no from Rihanna.
I feel like the oceans
Calm
around
down, Ree.
volcanoes
You're
is
my
a
only-
delicate ecosystem.
Delicate ecosystem. Okay.
And if one
Do you want to take it to a vote?
No, because I will lose.
Then okay,
Alright.
there we go then. So you each get 2,400 XP
I think that's a
each.
ding.
Oh,
Is that a ding?
Yeah. It's a ding.
That'd be a convenient ding.
my dudes, that's a ding. We're level 9.
Level 9.
Level 9,
done.
baby.
What do we get? Level
God damn.
Just
nine.
so people know, I've posted that XP system to my Twitter because somebody did take it from my Patreon or Twitch sub and post it.
Don't do that. Don't
Don't do
steal
that.
people's
Don't do that.
stuff.
So I've posted it now anyway.
I mean,
you can go
you know
and
what
check
it
that
is
out.
just by listening to it.
It
so, like-
is, yeah, that's it. It is a work in progress. I might change some of these numbers. Right now, a lot of people are saying that it feels a bit too quick, which I'm maybe agreeing with. I'm not sure. We need to test it a bit more. So, but yeah, it's available on my Twitter if you want to grab that. Finally, just Gears of Zach, a bunch of lovely subs and resubs. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sid, for letting us know about that. And then quickly read through some donations. I'll just do them real quick. Varys, 10 buckaroos, thank you very much.
Thank you.
In fact, actually, what am I going quick for? We've got like
rolling
50
my
minutes.
dice.
I thought that would take longer.
Well, read them in slow motion.
HP.
Oh yeah, you guys could actually
It's
do
a
your HP
4.
rolls while
So-
we do
wait,
this.
sorry, how much XP was that again?
The whole
2,400.
2,400.
The whole tray is cocked.
Yeah, but it's still gonna. It's still flat.
Oh my god, we are just like.
I'll read these while you guys do your
200
HPs.
Oh, I rolled a 1. I can reroll.
You can re-roll a 1 once. If you get another 1 or a 2, that's it. It
My
counts.
HP is 53.
Trash.
What do I roll? A D8.
D8. Re-roll 1 or a 2 for the first time, but if you get it again, it counts. Mean Queen, the Maimer, finally moved but had to buy a week of internet. Was not missing my only true love stream. At the missing kids bit of Lightfall, we'll be making my first campaign soon, but low on cash as Empire is happening. By the way, going from Juto to Nova is disconcerting. It's a bit of a change. Metamanu, thank you so much.
Can I re-roll a 3 on a D8?
No.
Can I reroll a 2?
1 or a 2, you can re-roll once, yeah? And then you get
So I got the worst roll.
Chris Strong.
3.
My
Yeah, I
meta
got the
magic.
worst. I got that
Yes.
as well.
Once I've made the decision of the meta magic I've chosen,
Yes.
can it be changed at a level?
I can't remember.
It's got a drop down here, but have a think about it.
We'll have a think. Well, read the thing. The thing tells you if you can change it.
It doesn't say either way.
Yeah. New Alex, then it's probably not. New Alex, nice to watch a bit of great D&D since my game got cancelled due to the storm. Do be careful not to jump over any liquid hot magma. I'm looking at you, Trot and Tom.
What?
Brutal critical.
I know what you get.
Is that what you've got?
Scroody Crow.
What's that?
Thank you very much. There's
It's,
nothing better than
uh,
spending my Sunday evenings in Aerois and every other evening in Iraq. I wish that I was there to see Matt as guest
So
in this
with Mark's
campaign at some
crit
point. It
rolls.
would be awesome. We'd love to have him, but I just don't think it's
Crit
possible
is
because of his
3D.
schedules. Kenku Noises, thank you very much. I just came back from the baptized just to hear you are not going to be on next week. On my birthday, sad
Sorry.
noises. We'll be
Sorry.
back
Happy
afterwards.
birthday.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. And then I did get some more. So Dylan Dan also donated on the High Rolls channel. Hello everyone, lots of love. What an amazing episode. P.S. Tom, Ree, don't forget the soap, the one true god. I'm assuming that's a Chaos Twins.
That sounds like Chaos Twins.
That was some really weird. I'm really concerned.
That one guy, Michael, donated. Hey, High Rollers, wanted to share the love. I turned 22 today. Hey, welcome. You fall. It's my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday.
There's no need to brag. Just give it
I'm saying, like, we've got a lot of birthdays at the same point. Like, Trots was last week. That guy, Michael's, was today. I'm tomorrow. It's a lot of birthdays.
That's the most important one.
Thank you
Sure.
to Gears of Zach for gifting a bunch of
I was
subs.
gonna get to it. It's in my list.
Sid, put it on the screen.
I know he did, but I'm getting to it, Sid.
I got a 5th level spell slot.
Been marathoning. Shame you don't have any 5th level spells though.
Well, I might multi-class.
Been marathoning Aerois since the middle of January, and I'm on episode 43. I'm going through divorce.
wait.
So thanks you guys for being a source of joy for me through it all. Well, that guy Michael, I'm glad we could provide that. And then thank you to Gears of Zach for a bunch of gifted subs, and everybody else who gifted a sub. And Zelda Zorian, you guys helped me through some bad times in the past, and you've been helping me a lot these past few weeks. Thank you for always helping me through things with your brilliant storytelling and overall being amazing. Thank you very much,
mate.
Zelda. You're very sweet.
Nice.
That's it, and I think we've got plenty of time to pass on overs to Becky, I think, who's doing a featured stream, play some stuff. Man, I finished so early.
You did.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
20 minutes early.
You stopped us.
I didn't mean to.
I was having so
I
much
just thought
fun.
the XP
Well,
would
I
take
guess
us
that was
longer.
probably a good place because
You've kind of got
the
an
next
idea
thing
of...
we have to do is fix the pipes or whatever, right? So it's
or find a way to generate more
Yeah,
cold energy or something, or do something like that.
just keep pumping Lucius.
Well, we've got 10 minutes. How you guys doing? You good? Doing good? Good episode.
mean, we have to do
what do you guys
10
think of the episode?
Ads.
Yeah.
So.
No, we don't have to do 10 minutes of ads.
Do you not?
Oh, maybe
Yeah, we
do.
do.
Hey, so I've now got.
We've got 5 minutes.
I've now got Liamon's secret chest.
Is that the spell you're going to take?
No, I mean,
that's your always prepared one.
Yeah, I've just got it, I think.
So what did you get? You got brutal critical.
Brutal critical.
So that's an extra die
If
of
I do a
damage.
critical, then it's an extra die of damage.
So with the new critical
with your
rules, the way
that's
it will work.
3d10, right?
So the way it would work is you do 10 maximum.
Yeah.
Then you'd roll another d10. Then you'd roll another d10. Then your modifier on top of that. So you only maximize the first one, but then you
Still
get
do.
to roll an
Yeah, I
extra
know.
one. Yeah.
But it's still an
And if you were a half orc, you'd get another die of damage
Right.
on top of that. Because they get a thing when they get like crits.
Just get a new spell.
So you got 5th level spell?
Oh, no, I just get a new spell, which could be 5th if I want to.
Oh.
Actually, no, I do get a 5th, but I'm going to choose catnap so I can put Nova to sleep and she'll get her brain exploded.
Okay, nice.
Catnap.
No, you're gonna. But you're gonna take Cone of Cold, right?
I'll probably take something like that.
So my iPad just turned off because it ran out of battery. But I've
Okay.
got Leomund's secret chest always prepared and secret chest always prepared.
They're the same spell.
I've got both.
One is non-copyright. One is OSRD.
Who's Leomund?
He was a guy from Gary Gygax's campaign, I think. So it's like
fair enough.
Big B's
Tiny
hand.
Hut.
It's like Big Ben's hand, Leomund's tiny hut. So there's two versions of the spell because one is in the what they call the open source resource.
Okay.
Which is basically it doesn't have any of like the old names like Mordenkainen, Big B, Melf. It doesn't have any of those names. It's just like Acid Arrow, Grasping
Oh, I
Hand.
see. So there is an acid arrow and a Melf's acid arrow.
But they're the same spell.
Right. Okay.
Just the name.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But I've got both prepared, so it's just like filling up my
88.
spells list.
Fuck's sake, no.
Oh, Nightjar says, can you tell Tom plate sizes,
Did you
please?
just roll this?
The bread and
Yes.
butter
You can re-roll
plate
it.
is about 6 or
it's
7
ones on
inches
these.
for
You get to
individual
keep that.
servings.
Thank you,
Lunch
thank
or
you.
dessert plates are 9 inches.
Yeah, add your
Dinner
climb modifier
plates are 10 to
automatically.
12, including
So if you
buffet
just
plates.
do
Serving
rolled
plates, which
HP,
tend to be
just
larger,
increase that
are
to
11 to
54,
14 inches.
And then we'll add your con
Wow.
mod stuff automatically.
How many inches is Echo?
Yeah.
He's quite big. I don't
How
think
many
he's
inches?
small. I don't know.
Why are we using the Imperial
I don't
system?
care. He can't fit in the pipes.
Well, I mean, we just need to
So you can,
determine
I guess.
around the same size a dinner plate would be over Sentry's face.
Right.
Is that Echo?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yes, but he wouldn't be able to move down the pipe
Why?
because he'd be wedged against the
Because-
sides. He's the exact same size.
The DM has
But
spoken.
I've said no pipe.
The tube.
No, I'm not arguing
the
that. I
tubes
just,
don't fit Echo.
if
That's
we're
it.
using a
To be
dinner
fair,
plate to
Echo would
determine...
I said roughly the size of a dinner plate. Roughly.
But then the,
So it's
but then
smaller than a dinner
that
plate.
was the size that you did for a dinner plate, and I was like, damn, that's some small portions.
That's like, yeah.
Dinner
Nova,
plate.
what did you take as your level up?
I get another Eldritch Invocation,
Okay.
which means I could actually take. I'm not taking Agonizing Blast. The more you ask me, the less I'm going to take it. I'm gonna.
Damn.
Fucking love it.
I'm looking at Aspect of the Moon, which basically means I don't need to sleep.
Yeah, that'd be useful, wouldn't it?
But I don't know like how to RP that. Like,
Why?
'cause I feel
Not
like why would I
sleeping.
know this suddenly in the middle
Because
of like?
you asked Tiangong for a way to help protect you.
Yeah.
yeah.
It checks out.
That
Yeah.
checks
To be
out
honest,
super well.
the timing of that
Is
is
sweet.
and I
But
feel like she would 100%
keep in mind-
want to do that.
If you don't sleep, can't contact you.
But then, so
Can't
that's
talk to
that was my question. Is like, can I still choose to sleep if I have this? Is that like,
Maybe.
it doesn't? The wording is a bit.
Also, do
vague,
you want to
so-
take that just for the benefit of not having your mind melted?
I mean, let's see. I could take Agonizing Blast, which makes Eldritch blah blah blah, or I could have.
What is
not head
Agonizing
blow.
Blast?
Not head blow up.
It
is-
adds charisma
So
one
it
for
adds-
damage.
Yeah.
Oh man, it feels
RP
like a very
greater than min-max bullshit.
yeah.
Exactly,
I think
exactly.
Eldritch Blast is powerful, but
Right.
like, dude, come on, like Warlocks do more than that.
Third level spells, baby. Yeah.
Nice.
I got some
With
plant
that-
growth. What the fuck is plant growth?
That's time.
Grow plants.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very
we
much.
won't have a regular stream next week. We'll be back regular stream the week after. We might do something next week. We're not sure. Say hi to Becky. Keep watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Everybody, bye.
Bye.
Bye.